Two household both alike in dignity in fair Verona, where we lay our scene from ancient grudge break to new Montague, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal lions of these two foes a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured piteous overthrows doth with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love and the continuance of parents' rage, which but their children's end not could remove, is now the 2 hours traffic of our stage, the which if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss our toil shall strive to mend.
Georgie, on my word, we'll not carry coals.
No, for then we should be colliers.
I mean, and we be in choler we'll draw.
I while you live draw your neck out of collar.
I strike quickly, being moved.
To move is to stir, and to be valiant is to stand. Therefore if thou art moved thou runnest 0 away.
A dog of that house shall move me to stand. I will take the wall of any man or maid of Montagues.
That shows thee a weak slave, for the weakest goes to the wall.
'Tis true, and therefore women being the weaker vessels are ever thrust to the wall. Therefore I will push Montague's men from the wall and thrust his maids to the wall.
The quarrel is between our masters and is their men.
'Tis all one. I will show myself a tyrant when I have fought with the men. I will be civil with the maids. I will cut off their heads.
The heads of the maids.
Aye, the heads of the maids are their maiden heads. Take it in what sense thou wilt.
'Tis well thou art not fish. If thou hadst been poor John, draw thy tool. Here comes of the house of Montagues.
My naked weapon is out. Quarrel, I will back thee.
How turn thy back and run?
Fear me not.
No, marry, I fear thee.
Let us take the law of our sides. Let them begin.
I will frown as I pass by, and let them take it as they list.
Nay, as they dare, I will bite my thumb at them, which is disgrace to them if they bear it.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
Is the law of our side if I say aye?
No.
No, sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
But if you do, sir, I am for you. I serve 55 good a man as you.
No better.
Well, sir.
Say better. Here comes.
Yes, better, sir.
You lie.
Draw if you be men. Georgie, remember thy washing blow.
Hearts, fools. Put up your swords, you know not what you do.
What art thou drawn among these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio, look upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace. Put thy sword or manage it to part these men with me.
What drawn and talk of peace? I hate the word as I hate hell. All Montagues and all thee have at thee, coward.
For citizens were saying clubs, bills, and partisans strike. Beat them down, down with the Capulets, and down with the Montagues.
What noise is this?
A crutch, why call you for a sword?
My sword, I say. Old Montague is come and flourishes his blade in spite of me.
Thou villain Capulet, hold me not, let me go.
Thou shalt not stir 1 foot to seek a foe.
Rebellious subjects, enemies to peace, profaners of this neighbor-stained steel, will they not hear? What ho, you men, you beasts! That quench the fire of your pernicious rage, will purple fountains issuing from your veins on pain of torture from those bloody hands. Throw your mistempered weapons to the ground and hear the sentence of your moved prince. 3 civil brawls bred of an airy word by the old Capulet and Montague have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets and made Verona's ancient citizens cast by their grave beseeming ornaments to wield old partisans in hands as old. Cankered with peace to part your cankered hate. If you ever disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. For this time all the rest depart away. You Capulet shall go along with me, and you Montague come you this afternoon to know our farther pleasure. In this case to old Freetown, our common judgment place. Once more on pain of death all men depart.
Who set this ancient quarrel? New abroach speak nephew, were you by when it began?
Here were the servants of your adversary and yours close fighting. Ere I did approach I drew to part them. In the instant came the fiery Tybalt with his sword prepared, which as he breathed defiance to my ears he swung about his head and cut the winds, who nothing hurt withal hissed him in scorn. While we were interchanging thrusts and blows 115 came more and more and fought on part and part till the prince came, who parted either part.
Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray.
Madam, an hour before the worshipped sun peered forth the golden window of the east, a troubled mind drove me to walk aboard, where underneath the grove of sycamore that westward rooteth from this city side, so early walking did I see your son. Towards him I made, but he was ware of me, and stole into the covert of the wood, I measuring his affections by my own, which then most sought where most might not be found, being one too many by my weary self pursued, my humor not pursuing his, and glady shunned, who gladly fled from me.
Many a morning hath he there been seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning's dew. 135 adding to clouds more clouds with his deep sighs. But also soon as the all-cheering sun should in the farthest east begin to draw the shady curtains from Aurora's bed, away from light steals home my heavy son, and private in his chamber pens himself, shuts up his windows, locks fair daylight out, and makes himself an artificial night. Black and portentous must this humour prove, unless good counsel may the cause remove.
My noble uncle, do you know the cause?
Both by myself and many other friends, but he his affection's counsellor is to himself. I will not say how true, but to himself so secret and so close, so far from sounding and discovery, as is the bud bit with an envious worm, ere he can spread his sweet leaves to the air, or dedicate his beauty to the same. Could we but learn from whence his sorrows grow, we would as willingly give cure as know.
See where he comes, so please you step aside, I'll know his grievance or be much denied.
I would thou wert so happy by thy stay to hear true shrift. Come madam, let's away.
Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
But new struck 9.
I me sad hours seem long, was that my father that went hence so fast?
It was what sadness lengthens Romeo's hours.
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love.
Out.
Of love.
Out of her favor where I am in love.
Alas, that love so gentle in his view should be so tyrannous and rough in proof.
Alas, that love whose view is muffled still should without eyes see pathways to his will. Where shall we dine? Oh me, what fray was here? Yet tell me not, for I have heard it all. Here's much to do with hate, but more with love. Why then, oh brawling love, oh loving hate, oh anything of nothing first create, oh heavy lightness, serious vanity, misshapen chaos of well-seeming forms, feather of lead, bright smoke, cold fire, sick health, still waking sleep. That is not what it is. This love feel I that feel no love in this. Dost thou not laugh?
No, 'cause I rather weep.
Good heart at what?
At thy good heart's oppression.
Why, such as love's transgression, griefs of mine own lie heavy in my breast, which thou wilt propagate to have it pressed with more of those. This love that thou hast shown would add more grief to too much of mine own love, is a smoke made with the fine of sighs being purged, a fire sparkling in lovers' eyes being vexed, a sea nourished with loving tears. What is it else? A madness most discreet, a choking gall, and a preserving sweet. Farewell, my cuz.
Soft, I will go along, and if you leave me so you do me wrong.
Tut, I have lost myself, I am not here, this not Romeo, he's some other where.
Tell me in sadness who is that you love.
What shall I go and tell thee?
Groan, why no, but sadly tell me who.
A sick man in sadness makes his will a word urged to one that is so ill in sadness. Cousin, I do love a woman.
I aimed so near when I supposed you loved.
Well, in that hit you miss, she'll not be hid with Cupid's arrow, she hath Dian's wit, and in strong proof of chastity well armed. From love's weak childish bow she lives uncharmed, she will not stay the siege of loving terms, nor biddeth encounter of assailing eyes, nor ope her lap to saint seducing gold. Oh, she is rich in beauty, only poor that when she dies with beauty dies her store.
Then she hath sworn that she will still live chaste.
She hath, and in that sparing makes huge waste for beauty, starved with her severity cuts beauty off from all posterity. She is too fair, too wise, wisely too fair to merit bliss by making me despair. She hath forsworn to love, and in that vow to I live dead that live to tell it now.
Be ruled by me, forget to think of her.
Oh, teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes, examine other beauties.
'Tis the way to call hers exquisite in question more these happy masks that kiss fair ladies' brows being black puts us in mind they hide the fair he that is strucken blind cannot forget the precious treasure of his eyesight lost show me a mistress that is passing fair what doth her beauty serve but as a note where I may read who passed that passing fair farewell thou canst not teach me to forget.
I'll pay that doctrine or else die in debt.
But Montague is bound as well as I in penalty alike and 'tis not hard I think for men so old as we to keep the peace. Of honorable reckoning are you both and pity 'tis you lived at odds so long but now my lord what say you to my suit? But saying or what I have said before my child is yet a stranger in the world she hath not seen the change of 14 years let 2 more summers wither in their pride ere we may think her ripe to be a bride. Younger than she are happy mother's maid. And too soon marred are those so early made earth hath swallowed all my hopes but she's the hopeful lady of my earth but woo her gentle Paris get her heart my will to her consent is but a part and she agreed within her scope of choice lies my consent and fair according voice this night I hold an old accustomed feast were to I have invited many a guest such as I love and you among the store one more most welcome makes my number more at my poor house look to behold this night earth treading starts that make dark heaven light such comfort as do lusty young men feel when well apparelled April on the heel of limping winter treads even such delight. Among fresh fennel buds shall you this night inherit at my house here all see and like her most whose merit most shall be which on more view of many mine being one may stand in number though in reckoning none come go with me.
Go Sierra trugged about through fair Verona find those persons out whose names are written here it is written that the shoemaker should meddle with his yard and the tailor with his last the fisher with his pencil and the painter with his nets but I am sent to find those persons whose name the writing person hath here writ I must to the learned in good time.
Tudman one fire burns out another's burning one pain is lessened by another's anguish turn giddy and be helped by backward turning one desperate grief cures with another's languish take thou some new infection to thy eye and the rank poison of the old will die.
Your plantain leaf is excellent for that.
For what I pay thee.
For your broken shin.
Why Romeo art thou made?
Not mad but bound more than a madman is. Shut up in prison kept without my food whipped and tormented and good fellow.
God gi good and I pray sir can you read?
I mine own fortune in my misery.
You say honestly rest you merry.
Stay fellow I can read. Signor Martino and his wife and daughters County Anselm and his beauteous sisters the lady widow of Vitruvio Signor Placentio and his lovely nieces Mercutio and his brother Valentine mine uncle Capulet his wife and daughters my fair niece Rosaline and Livia Signor Valentio and his cousin Tybalt Lucio and the lively Helena a fair assembly whither should they come?
Up.
Whither to supper?
To our house.
Which house?
My master's.
Indeed I should have asked thee that before.
Now I'll tell you without asking my master is the great rich Capulet and if you be not of house of Montagues I pray come and crush a cup of wine rest you merry.
At this same ancient feast of Capulets sups the fair Rosaline whom thou so loves with all the admired beauties of Verona go thither and with unattained I compare her face with some that I shall show and I will make thee think thy swan a cow.
When the devout religion of mine eye maintains such falsehood then turn tears to fire and these who often drowned could never die transparent heretics be burnt for liars one fairer than my love the all-seeing sun ne'er saw her match since the world begun.
Tud you saw her fair none else being by herself poised with herself in either eye but in that crystal scales let there be weighed your lady's love against some other maid that I will show you shinning at this feast and she shall scant show well that now seems best.
I'll go along, no such sight to be shown but to rejoice in splendor of mine own.
Act 1 Scene 3. Lady Capulet informs Juliet of Paris's marriage proposal and praises him extravagantly. Juliet says that she has not even dreamed of marrying, but that she will consider Paris as a possible husband if her parents wish her to.
Nurse, where is my daughter? Call her forth to me.
Now by my maidenhead at 12 years old I bade her come. What lamb, what ladybird, God forbid. Where's this girl? What Juliet?
How now, who calls?
Your mother.
Madam, I am here. What is your will?
This is the matter. Nurse, give leave a while, we must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again. I have remembered me. Thou hast hear our counsel. Thou knowest my daughter's of a pretty age.
Faith, I can tell her age unto an hour.
She is not 14.
I'll lay 14 of my teeth, and yet to my teen be it spoken I have but 4. She's not 14. How long is it now to Lamastide?
A fortnight and odd days.
Even or odd of all days in the year come Lammas Eve at night shall be 14 Susan and she God rest all Christian souls were of an age well Susan is with God she was too good for me but as I said on Lammas Eve at night shall be 14 that shall she marry I remember it well 'tis since the earthquake now 11 years and she was weaned I never shall forget it of all the days of the year upon that day for I had them laid wormwood to my dug sitting in the sun under the dove house wall my lord and you were then at Mantua nay I do bear a brain but as I said when it did taste the wormwood on the nipple of my dug and fall out with the dug shake quoth the dove house 'twas no need I trow to bid me trudge and since that time it is 11 years for them she could have run and waddled all about for even the day before she broke her brow and then my husband God be with his soul he was a merry man took up the child yea quoth he dost thou fall upon thy face thou wilt fall backward when thou hast more wit wilt thou not Jewel and by my holydom the pretty wretch left crying and said I
Enough of this I pray thee hold thy peace.
Yes madam yet I cannot choose but laugh to think it should leave crying and say I and yet I warrant it had upon its brow a bump as big as a young cockerel stone a perilous knock and it cried bitterly yea quoth my husband fallst upon thy face thou wilt fall backward when thou comest to age wilt thou not Jewel it stinted and said I
And stint thou too I pray thee nurse say I.
Mary that Mary is the very theme I came to talk of tell me daughter Juliet how stands your disposition to be married?
An honor that I dream not of.
An honor were not I think only nurse I would say thou hadst sucked wisdom from thy teat.
Think of marriage younger than you here in Verona ladies of esteem are made already mothers by my count I was your mother much upon these years that you are now a maid thus then in brief the valiant Paris.
A man young lady such a man is all the world why he's a man of wax.
Verona summer hath not such a flower.
Nay he's a flower in faith a very flower.
What say you can you love the gentleman this night you shall behold him at our feast read o'er the volume of young Paris' face and find delight writ there with beauty's pen examine ever married lineament and see how one another lends content and what obscured in this fair volume lies find written in the margent of his eyes this precious book of love this unbound lover to beautify him only lacks a cover the fish lives in the sea and 'tis much pride. For fair without the fair within to hide that book in many eyes doth share the glory that in gold clasps locks in the golden story so shall you share all that he doth possess by having him making yourself no less.
No less nay bigger women grow by men.
Speak briefly can you like of Paris love?
I'll look to like if looking liking move but no more deep will I end art mine eye than your consent gives strength to make it.
Madam the guests are come supper served up you called my young lady asked for the nurse cursed in the pantry and everything in extremity I must hence to wait I beseech you follow straight.
We follow thee.
Go girl seek happy nights to happy days.
Romeo where are you heading off to? I'm going to the Capulets party along with our cousin and my friend.
But if you get killed?
I won't don't worry I will be fine we will be dressed up in disguise no one will notice.
What about our parents and our siblings?
I told Charlotte already she is okay with it but don't tell Elizabeth Carl mum and dad about it because they hate the Capulets so much.
I promise I won't tell any of them about it your secret is safe with me.
Thank you.
No problem enjoy the party.
I will.
How is Kenneth doing?
He is still sick but he is doing okay.
That's good to hear hopefully he gets better soon.
Same here. What shall this speech be spoke for our excuse or shall we on without apology?
The datas are of such prolixity we'll have no Cupid hoodwink with a scarf bearing a Tartar's painted bow of laugh scaring the ladies like a crow keeper nor no without book prologue faintly spoke after the prompter for our entrance but let them measure us by what they will we'll measure them a measure and be gone.
Give me a torch I am not for this ambling being but heavy I will bear the light.
You are a lover borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above a common bond.
I am too sore and tired with his shaft to soar with his light feathers and so bound a pitch above dull woe under love's heavy burden do I sink.
If love be rough with you be rough with love prick love for pricking and you beat love down give me a case to put my visage in a visor for a visor what care I what curious eye doth coat deformities here are the beetle brows shall blush for me.
Come knock and enter and no sooner in but every man betake him to his legs.
A torch for me let wantons light of heart tickle the senseless rushers with their heels for I am proverb with a grandsire phrase I'll be a candle holder and look on the game was ne'er so fair and I am done.
Tut duns the mouse the constable's own word, if thou art done we'll draw thee from the mire, or save your reverence love wherein thou stickest up to the ears come we burn daylight so.
Nay, that's not so.
I mean, sir, in delay we waste our lights, in vain lights by day take our good meaning, for our judgment sits 5 times in that air once in our 5 wits.
And we mean well in going to this mask, but 'tis no wit to go.
Why, may one ask?
I dreamt a dream tonight.
And so did I.
Well, what was yours?
The dreamers often lie
in bed asleep while they do dream things true.
Oh, then I see Queen Mab hath been with you. She is the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomy over men's noses as they lie asleep, her wagon spokes made of long spinner's legs, the cover of the wings of grasshoppers, her traces of the smallest spider web, her collars of the moonshine's watertree beams, her whip of cricket's bone, the lash of film, her wagoner a small grey-coated gnat not half so big as a round little worm pricked from the lazy finger of a maid, her chariot is an empty hazelnut made by the joiner squirrel or old grub, time out oh mind the fairy's coach makers, and in this state she gallops night by night through lovers, and then they dream of love on courtiers' knees that dream on courtesies straight, or lawyers' finger who straight dream on fees, or ladies' lips who straight dream on fees, or ladies' lips who straight on kisses dream, which oft the angry Mab with blisters plagues because their breaths with sweetmeats tainted, or sometimes she gallops o'er a courtier's nose and then dreams he of smelling out a suit. And sometimes she gallops o'er a courtier's nose and then dreams he of smelling out a suit, and sometime comes she with a tithe pig's tail tickling a person's nose as he lies asleep, then dreams he of smelling out a suit, and sometime comes she with a tithe pig's tail tickling a parson's nose as he lies asleep, then dreams of another benefice, sometimes she driveth o'er a soldier's neck, and then dreams he of cutting foreign throats, of breeches ambusados, Spanish blades of healths 5 fathom deep, and then anon drums in his ear, at which he starts and wakes, and being thus frightened swears a prayer or two and sleeps again. This is that very Mab that plats the manes of horses in the night and bakes the elf-locks in foul sluttish hairs, which once untangled much misfortune bodes. This is the hag when maids lie on their backs that presses them and learns them first to bear, making them women of good carriage. This is she.
Peace, peace, Mercutio, peace, thou talk'st of nothing.
True, I talk of dreams which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is as thin of substance as the air and more inconstant than the wind, who woos even now the frozen bosom of the north, and being angered puffs away from thence, turning his side to the dew-dropping south.
This wind you talk of blows as from ourselves, supper is done and we shall come too late.
I fear too early, for my mind misgives some consequence yet hanging in the stars shall bitterly begin his fearful date with this night's revels, and expire the term of a despised life closed in my breast by some vile forfeit of untimely death, but he that hath the steerage of my course direct my sail on lusty gentlemen.
Strike drum.
And that he helps not to take away, he shift a trencher, he scrape a trencher.
When good manners shall lie all in 1 or 2 men's hands, and they unwashed, too 'tis a foul thing.
Away with the joint stools, remove the court-covered, look to the plate good, thou save me a piece of marchpane, and as thou loves me let the porter let in Susan Grindstone and Nell Anthony and Potpan.
A boy ready.
You were looked for and called for, asked for and sought for in the great chamber.
We cannot be here and there too cheerly, boys, be brisk a while, and the longer live take all.
Welcome, gentlemen, ladies that have their toes unplagued with corns will walk about with you, all my mistresses. Which of you all will now deny the dance? She that makes dainty, she all swear hath corns. Am I come near you now? Welcome, gentlemen, I have seen the day that I have worn a visor and could tell a whispering tale in a fair lady's car, such as would please. 'Tis gone, 'tis gone, 'tis gone. You are welcome, gentlemen, come musicians play. A hull, give room and foot it, girls, more light, you knaves, and turn the tables up and quench the fire. The room is grown too hot, ah, sirrah, this unlooked for sport comes well. Nay, sit, good cousin Capulet, for you and I are past our dancing days. How long is tea now since last yourself and I were in a mass?
By lady 30 years.
What man, 'tis not so much, 'tis not so much, 'tis since the nuptial of Lucendio come Pentecost, as quickly as it will some 25 years, and then we masked.
'Tis more, his son is elder, sir, his son is 30.
Will you tell me that his son but a ward 2 years ago?
What ladies, what which doth enrich the hand of yonder knight?
I know not, sir.
Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright, it seems she hangs upon the cheek of night as a rich jewel in an Ethiop. S here beauty too rich for use for earth too dear so shows a snowy dove trooping with crows as yonder lady or her fellows shows the measure done I'll watch her place of stand and touching hers make blessed my rude hand did my heart love till now forswear its sight for I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
This by his voice should be a Montague fetch me my rapier boy what dares the slave come hither covered with an antic face to fleer and scorn at our solemnity now by the stock and honor of my kin to strike him dead I hold it not a sin.
Why how now kinsman wherefore storm you so?
Uncle this is a Montague our foe a villain that is hither come in spite to scorn at our solemnity this night.
Young Romeo is it?
'Tis he that villain Romeo.
Content thee gentle cause let him alone he bears him like a portly gentleman and to say truth Verona brags of him to be a virtuous and well-governed youth I would not for the wealth of all this town here in my house do him disparagement therefore be patient take no note of him it is my will the which if thou respect show a fair presence and put off these frowns and ill-beseeming semblance for a feast.
It fits when such a villain is a guest I'll not endure him.
He shall be endured what goodman boy I say he shall go to am I the master here or you go to you'll not endure him God shall mend my soul you'll make a mutiny among my guests you will set cock a hoop you'll be the man.
Why uncle 'tis a shame.
Go to you or a saucy boy isn't so indeed this trick may chance to scathe you I know what you must contrary me marry 'tis time well said my hearts.
Patience perforce with willful caller meeting makes my flesh tremble in their different greeting I will withdraw but this intrusion shall now seeming sweet convert to bitterest gall.
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine the gentle sin is this my lips two blushing pilgrims ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim you do wrong your hand too much which mannerly devotion shows in this for saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do not touch and palm to palm as holy palmers kiss.
Have not saints lips and holy palmers too?
I pilgrim lips that they must use in prayer.
Oh then dear saint let lips do what hands do they pray grant thou lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not while my prayers effect I take. Thus have my lips the sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took.
Sin from my lips O trespass sweetly urged give me my sin again.
You Kiss by Th. Book.
Madam, your mother craves a word with you.
What is her mother?
Mary Bachelor, her mother is the lady of the house and a good lady and a wise and virtuous. I nursed her daughter that you talked withal. I tell you he that can lay hold of her shall have the chinks.
Is she a Capulet? Oh dear, account my life as my foe's debt.
Away begone, the sport is at the best.
I fear the more is my unrest.
Nay gentlemen, prepare not to be gone, we have a trifling foolish banquet towards, is it e'en so? Why then I thank you all, I thank you all, I thank you honest gentlemen, good night. More torches here, come on then let's go to bed. Ah sirrah, by my fay it waxes late, all to my rest.
Come hither nurse, what is yon gentleman?
The son and heir of old Tiberio.
What's he that now is going out of door?
Marry, that I think be young Petruchio.
What's he that follows here that would not dance?
I know not.
Go ask his name. If he be married, my grave is like to be my wedding bed.
His name is Romeo, and a Montague he is the youngest son of your great enemy.
My only love sprung from my only hate, too early seen unknown and known too late, prodigious birth of love it is to me that I must love a loathed enemy.
What's this, what's this?
A rhyme I learned even now of one dance with all one calls within Juliet.
Anon, anon, come, let's away, the strangers all are gone.
Now old desire doth in his deathbed lie, and young affection gapes to be his heir. That fair for which love groped for and would die with tender Juliet matched is now not fair. Now Romeo is beloved, and loves again alike, bewitched by the charm of looks. But to his foe supposed he must complain, and she still loved sweet bait from fearful hooks. Being held a foe he may not have access to breathe such vows as lovers use to swear, and she as much in love her means less to meet her new beloved anywhere. But passion lends them power, time means to meet, tempering extremities with extreme sweet.
Where were you yesterday?
I went into the Capulets' house for their party.
Why would you go there knowing fully well that they are our enemies?
Because I'm in love with Juliet.
What is she, a Montague?
She is a Capulet.
Are you insane? Do you want to get yourself killed?
Listen to me, I won't get killed very soon. I will get married to her. Nobody will stop me from doing that, not even you.
But she is only 13 and you are 16. Shouldn't you wait until you are 23 to marry her?
I don't care, age is just a number. It doesn't mean that we can't marry. We can marry young or even older. As we love each other and stick together, everything will be okay.
If anything happens to you, I will kill Juliet and her entire family. If you marry her, I promise you will be sorry.
You are a jerk, you know that. I can't believe. Can you hear yourself speak? You basically saying if anything happens to my love you will kill her and the whole family. You should be ashamed of yourself. Do you know what? I'm leaving now. Don't even bother following me at all.
If you leave the house you are no longer my brother.
I don't give a shit. Can I go forward when my heart is here? Turn back, dull earth, and find thy center out.
Romeo, my cousin Romeo, Romeo.
He is wise and on my life hath stolen home to bed.
He ran this way and leapt this orchard wall. Call good Mercutio.
Nay, I'll conjure to Romeo humors madman passion lover appear thou in the likeness of a sigh. Speak but one rhyme and I am satisfied. Cry but I me pronounce but love and dove. Speak to my gossip Venus one fair word one nickname for purblind sun and air young Abraham Cupid that so shot so trim when King Cophetua loved the beggar maid. He heareth not, he stirreth not, he moveth not. The ape is dead and I must conjure him. I conjure thee by Rosaline, S bright eyes, by her high forehead and her scarlet lip, by her fine foot, straight leg and quivering thigh, and the demesnes that there adjacent lie, that in thy likeness thou appear to us.
And if he hear thee thou wilt anger him.
This cannot anger him. 'Twould anger him to raise a spirit in his mistress' circle of some strange nature, letting it there stand till she had laid it and conjured it down. That were some spite. My invocation is fair and honest. In his mistress' name I conjure only but to raise up him.
Come be hath his himself among these trees to be consorted with the humorous night, blind as his love and best befits the dark.
If love be blind, love cannot hit the mark. Now will he sit under a medlar tree and wish his mistress were that kind of fruit as maids call medlars when they laugh alone. O Romeo, that she were, oh that she were an open ass, thou a poprin pear. Romeo, good night all to my truckle bed. This field bed is too cold for me to sleep. Come, shall we go?
Go then, for 'tis in vain to seek him here that means not to be found.
He jests at scars that never felt a wound, but soft what light through yonder window breaks. It is the east and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief that thou her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off, it is my lady, oh it is my love. Oh that she knew she were. She speaks yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses, I will answer it. I am too bold, 'tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heaven having some business do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there? They in her head, the brightness of her cheek would shame those stars as daylight did the lamp. Her eye in heaven would through the airy region stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Ay me.
Oh speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night being. O'er my head is a winged messenger of heaven unto the white upturned wondering eyes of mortals that fall back to gaze on him when he bestrides the lazy puffing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air.
O Romeo, wherefore art thou? Romeo, deny thy father and refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art myself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand nor foot nor arm nor face. Oh be some other name belonging to a man. What's in a name that which we call a rose? By any other word would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes. Without that title Romeo doth thy name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What art thou that thus bescreened in night so stumblest on my console?
By a name I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written I would tear the word.
If they do see thee they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more pencil in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes, and but thou love me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death prorogued wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundest thou out this place?
My love that first did prompt me to inquire, he lent me counsel and I lent him eyes. I am no pilot, yet wert thou as far as that vast shore washed with the farthest sea, I should adventure for such merchandise.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face, else would a maiden blush bepaint my cheek for that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Fain would I dwell on form, fain deny what I have spoke, but farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word, yet if thou swear'st thou mayest prove false at lovers' perjuries. They say love laughs, O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love pronounce it faithfully, or if thou thinkest I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse and say thee nay, so thou wilt woo, but else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayest think my behavior light, but trust me than those that have more copying to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess, but thou overheardst testray I was where my true love passion, therefore pardon me and not impute this yielding to light love which the dark night hath so discovered.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon I vow that tips with sliver all these fruit tree tops.
O swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all, or if thou wilt swear by thy gracious self, which is the God of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
If my heart's dear love.
Well, do not swear, although I joy in thee. I have no joy of this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lighting which did cease to be, too like the lighting which did cease to be, ere one can say it lightens. Sweet good night, this bud of love by summer's ripening breath may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night is sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that within my breast.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
Exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would it were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it for what purpose, love?
But to be frank and give it thee again, and yet I wish but for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love is deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite.
Juliet.
I hear some noise within, dear love, adieu anon. Good nurse, sweet Montague, be true, stay but a little, I will come again.
O blessed night, I am afeard being in night, all this is but a dream too flattering sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow by one that I'll procure to come to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite, and all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world. I come among, but if thou meanest not well, I do beseech thee.
Juliet, come here right now.
By and by I come to cease thy strife, and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow will I send.
1,000 times the worse to want thy light love goes toward love as schoolboys from their books, but love from love toward school with heavy looks.
Hist Romeo histo, for a falconer's voice to lure this tassel gentle back again. Bondage is hoarse and may not speak aloud, else would I tear the cave where echo lies, and make her airy tongue more hoarse than mine with repetition of my Romeo.
It is my soul that calls upon my name, how sliver sweet sound lovers' tongues by night like softest music to attending ears.
Romeo.
My dear.
What o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
By the hour of 9.
I will not fail, 'tis 20 year till then. I have forgot why did I call thee back.
Let me stand there till thou remember it.
I shall forget to have thee still stand there, remembering how I love thy company.
And I'll still stay to have thee still forget, forgetting any other home but this.
'Tis almost morning, I would have thee gone, and yet no farther than a wanton's bird that lets it hop a little from his hand, like a poor prisoner in his twisted gyves, and with a silken thread plucks it back again, so loving, jealous of his liberty.
I would I were thy bird.
Sweet, so would I, yet I should kill thee with much cherishing. Good night, parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Sleep dwell upon thine eyes, peace in thy breast would I were, sleep and peace so sweet to rest. Hence will I to my ghostly frere's close cell his help to crave, and my dear hap to tell.
Where is Romeo?
He probably went to meet Juliet.
Oh my God, why?
Probably to marry her or something.
We need to eliminate Juliet.
How do we intend on doing that?
By stabbing her to death.
Perfect plan. I can't wait to see Juliet die a painful, horrible death.
That way Romeo would forget about her and stay single for 2 years, then he can get married to someone else that is not a Capulet.
Deal, Elizabeth, let's do it.
So Carl and Elizabeth wants to kill Juliet for no reason. Don't worry, I know what to do. I will make sure they face the consequences for their actions. I will tell Kenneth about this. Kenneth, the first need to tell you something.
Go on.
Elizabeth and Carl are planning on killing Juliet.
Why would they do such a horrible act?
Because they don't want Romeo to marry Juliet, they are doing this so that Romeo will forget about Juliet forever.
That's awful. Romeo is 16, he should be allowed to marry who he wants, not the other way around.
Are they planning on getting married in secret?
Romeo told me yesterday night they are planning on getting married to each other so that Juliet won't have to marry Paris.
That's a genius idea. Are we allowed to go to the wedding?
Yes, we are going to be there, just me and you.
Can't wait, looking forward to it.
The grey-eyed moon smiles on the frowning night, checking the eastern clouds with streaks of light and flecked darkness like a drunkard reels from fourth day's path and Titan's fiery wheels. Now ere the sun advance his burning eye, the day to cheer and night's dank dew to dry, I must upfill this osier cage of ours with baleful weeds and precious juiced flowers. The earth that's nature mother is her tomb, what is her burying grave that is her womb, and from her womb children of divers kind we sucking on her natural bosom find many for many virtues excellent, none but for some and yet all different. Oh, mickle is the powerful grace that lies in plants, herbs, stones, and their true qualities, for naught so wild that on the earth doth live, but to the earth some special good doth give, nor aught so good but strained from that fair use well volts from true birth, stumbling on abuse virtue itself turns wise, being misapplied, and wise sometime by action dignified. Within the infant rind of this weak flower poison hath residence and medicine power, for thus being smelt with that part cheers, each part being tasted stays all senses with the heart too. Such opposed kings encamp them still in man as well as herbs, grace and rude villain, where the wasser is predominant full soon the canker death eats up that plant.
Good morrow, father.
Benedicite, what early tongue so sweet saluteth me, young son, it argues a distempered head so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed. Care keeps his watch in every old man's eye, and where care lodges sleep will never lie, but where unbruised youth with unstuffed brain doth couch his limbs, there golden sleep doth reign. Therefore thy earliness doth me assure thou art with some distemperature, or if not so then here I hit it right, our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
That last is true, the sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin, wast thou with Rosalind?
Rosaline, my love, can we kiss?
Yuck, you are a Montague, get lost.
Please give me a chance, I will even change my name to a Capulet.
No, leave me alone. Don't you ever come near me again, disgusting Montague.
Earth to Romeo.
Jesus Christ, that was just a dream, thank God. With Rosaline, my ghostly father, no, I have forgot that name, and that name's woe.
That's my good son, but where hast thou been then?
I'll tell thee ere thou ask it me again. I have been feasting with mine enemy, where on a sudden one hath wounded me. That's by wounded both are remedies within thy help and holy physic lies. I bear no hatred, blessed man, for lo, my intercession likewise steads my foe.
Be plain, good son, and homely in thy drift, ridding confession finds out but riddling shrift.
Then plainly know my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet is mine on hers, so hers is set on mine, and all combined save what thou must combine by holy marriage. When and where and how we met, we wooed and made exchange of vow, I'll tell thee as we pass, but this I pray that thou consent to marry us today.
Holy Saint Francis, what a change is here is Rosalind that thou didst love so dear, so soon forsaken. Young men's love then lies not truly in their hearts but in their eyes. Jesu Maria, what a deal of drying hath washed thy sallow cheeks for Rosalind, how much salt water thrown away in waste to season love that of it doth not taste the sun, not yet thy sighs from heaven clears thy old groans, yet ringing in mine ancient ears. Lo, here upon thy cheek the stain doth sit of an old tear that is not washed off yet. If ere thou wast thyself and these woes thine, thou and these woes were all for Rosalind, and art thou changed, pronounce the sentence, then women may fall when there's no strength in men.
Thou child's me oft for loving Rosaline.
For doting, not for loving pupil time.
I pray thee chide me not, her I love now doth grace for grace, and love for love allow, the other did not so.
For she knew well thy love that read by road that could not spell, but come young waverer, come go with me in one respect, I'll thy assistant be, for this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household's rancor to pure love.
O let us hence, I stand on sudden haste.
Wisely and slow they stumble that run fast.
Where the devil should this Romeo be, came he not home tonight?
Not to his father's, I spoke with his man.
Why, that same pale hard-hearted wench that Rosaline torments him so that he will sure run mad.
Tybalt the kinsman to old Capulet hath sent a letter to his father's house.
A challenge on my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he will answer the letter's master, how he dares being dared.
Alas poor Romeo, he is already dead, stabbed with a white wench's black eye, run through the car with a love song, the very pin of his heart cleft with the blind bow boy's butt shaft. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
Why, what is Tybalt?
More than prince of cats, oh he's the courageous captain of compliments. He fights as you sing, prick song keeps time, distance and proportion. He rests, his minim rests 1, 2 and the third in your bosom. The very butcher of a silk button, a duelist, a gentleman of the very first house of the first and second cause, the immortal passato, the punto reverso, the hay.
The what?
The pox of such anti-lisping affecting phantasimes, these new tunners of accent by Jesu, a very good blade, a very tall man, a very good whore. Why is not this a lamentable thing, grandsire, that we should be thus afflicted with these strange flies, these fashion mongers, these pardon me's, who stand so much on the new form that they cannot sit at ease on the old bench? Oh their bones, their bones.
Here comes Romeo, here comes Romeo.
Without his roe like a dried herring, oh flesh, flesh, how art thou? Fi shifted now as he for the numbers that Petrarch flowed in. Laura to his lady was a kitchen wench, Mary she had a better love to be Berheim, her Dido a dowdy, Cleopatra a gypsy, Helen and hero Hildings and harlots Thisbe a grey eye or so, but not to the purpose. Signor Romeo, bonjour, there's a French salutation to your French slop, you gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
Good morrow to you both, what counterfeit did I give you?
The slip, can you not conceive?
Pardon good Mercutio, my business was great, and in such a case as mine a man may strain courtesy.
That's as much as to say such a case as yours constrains a man to bow in the hands.
Meaning to Kirsty.
Thou hast most kindly hit it.
A most courteous exposition.
Nay, I am the very pink of courtesy.
Pink for flower.
Right.
Why then is my pump well flowered?
Sure with follow me this jest now till thou hast worn out thy pump, that when the single soul of it is worn, thy pump, that when the single soul of it is worn, the jest may remain after the wearing solely singular.
O single-souled jest, solely singular for singleness.
Come between us, good Benvolio, my wits faints.
Switch and spurs are all cry a match.
Nay, if our wits run the wild goose chase, I am done, for thou hast more of the wild goose in one of thy wits than I am sure I have in my whole 5. Was I with you there for the goose?
Thou wast never with me for anything when thou wast not there for the goose.
I will bite thee by the ear for that jest.
Nay, good goose, bite not.
Thy wit is a very bitter sweeting, it is a most sharp sauce.
Nay, good goose, bite not.
Oh, here's a wit of Cheverel that stretches from an inch narrow to an ell broad.
I stretch it out, for that word broad which added to the goose proves thee far and wide aboard goose.
Why is not this better now than groaning for love? Now art thou sociable, now art thou Romeo, now art thou what thou art by art as well as by nature, for this drivelling love is like a great natural that runs lolling up and down to hide his bauble in a hole.
Stop there, stop there.
Thou desirest me to stop in my tail against the hair.
Thou wouldst else have made thy tail large.
Oh, thou art deceived, I would have made it short, for I was come to the whole depth of my tail and meant indeed to occupy the argument no longer.
Here's goodly gear, a sail,
to a shirt and a smock.
Peter.
Anon.
My fan Peter.
Good Peter to hide her face, for her fans the fairer face.
God you good morrow, gentlemen.
God you good, e'en fair gentlemen.
Is it good e'en?
'Tis no less, I tell you, for the body hand of the dial is now upon the prick of noon.
Out upon you, what a man are you?
One gentleman that God hath made himself to mar.
By my troth it is well said, for himself to mar, quoth he. Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find the young Romeo?
I can tell you, but young Romeo will be older when you have found him than he was when you sought him. I am the youngest of that name, for fault of a worse.
You say well.
Yea, is the worst well, very well, took I faith wisely, wisely.
If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
She will indict him to some supper.
Abod, so ho.
What hast thou found?
No hair, sir, unless a hair, sir, in a Lenten pie that is something stale, and whore ere it be spent, an old hair whore, and an old hair hour is very good meat in Lent, but a hair that is a whore is much for a score when it board ere it be spent. Romeo, will you come to your father's wheel to dinner thither? Farewell, ancient lady, farewell, lady, lady.
I pray you, sir, what saucy merchant was this that was so full of his ropery?
A gentleman nurse that loves to hear himself talk, and will speak more in a minute than he will stand to in a month.
And he speak against me, I'll take him down, and he were lustier than he is in 20 such jacks, and if I cannot, I'll find those that shall scurvy knave. I am none of his puertgills, I am none of his skeins. And thou must stand by too, and suffer every knave to use me at his pleasure.
I saw no man use you at his pleasure. If I had my weapon should quickly have been out, I warrant you I dare draw as soon as another man if I see occasion in a good quarrel and the law on my side.
Now before God I'm so vexed that every part about me quivers, scurvy knave. Pray you sir a word, and as I told you my young lady bid me inquire you out what she bid me say I will keep to myself, but first let me tell you if you should lead her in a fool's paradise as they say it were a very gross kind of behavior as they say, for the gentleman is young and therefore if you should deal double with her truly it were an ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman and very weak dealing.
Nurse, commend me to thy lady and mistress, I protest unto thee.
Good heart, and I faith I will tell her as much. Lord, she will be a joyful woman.
What wilt thou tell her, nurse? Thou dost not mark me.
I will tell her, sir, that you do protest, which as I take it as a gentleman-like offer.
Bid her devise some means to come to shrift this afternoon, and there she shall at Frere Lawrence cell be shrived and married here as for thy pains.
No, truly, sir, not a penny.
Go to, I say you shall.
This afternoon, sir, well she shall be there.
And stay good, nurse, behind the abbey wall within this hour my man shall be thee, and bring thee cords made like a tackled stair, which to the high top gallant of my joy must be my convoy in the secret night. Farewell, be trusty, and I'll quit thy pains. Farewell, commend me to thy mistress.
Is your man secret? Did you near here say to make keep counsel putting one away?
Warrant thee my man's is true as steel.
Well, sir, my mistress is sweetest lady. Lord, when 'twas a little prating, oh, there is a nobleman in town, one Paris, that would fain lay knife aboard, but she good soul had as lief seen toad a very toad as see him. I anger her sometimes and tell her Paris is the properer man, but I'll warrant you when I say so she looks as pale as any cloud in the versal world. Doth not Rosemary and Romeo begin both with a letter?
I, nurse, what of that, both with an R?
Ah, mocker, that's the dog's name. R as for the no, I know it begins with some other letter, and she hath the prettiest sententious of it of you and Rosemary that it would do you good to hear it.
Commend me to thy lady.
I 1,000 times, Peter.
Anon.
Before in a pace.
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet him. That's not so. Oh, she is lame. Love's herald should be thoughts which 10 times faster glides than the sun's beams, driving back shadows over lowering hills. Therefore do nimble pinioned doves draw love, and therefore hath the wind swift Cupid wings. Now is the sun upon the highmost hill of this day's journey, and from 9 till 12 is 3 long hours. Yet she is not come. Had she affections and warm youthful blood, she would be as swift in motion as a ball. My words would bandy her to my sweet love, and his to me, but old folks many fain as they were dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy, and pale as lead. O God, she comes. O honey nurse, what news hast thou met with him? Send thy man away.
Peter, stay at the gate.
Now, good sweet nurse, O Lord, why lookest thou sad? Though news be sad, yet tell them merrily. If good, thou shammest the music of sweet news by playing it to me with so sour a face.
I am a weary, give me leave a while. Fie, how my bones ache, what a jaunt have I.
I would thou hadst my bones, and I thy news. Nay, come, I pray thee, speak, good nurse, speak.
Jesu, what haste, can you not stay a while? Do you not see I'm out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? The excuse that thou dost make in this delay is longer than the tale thou dost excuse. Is thy news good or bad? Answer to that, say either, and I'll stay the circumstance. Let me be satisfied, iced good or bad.
Well, you have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo know not he, though his face be better than any man's, yet his leg excels all men's, and for a hand and a foot and a body, though they be not to be talked on, yet they are past compare. He is not the flower of courtesy, but I'll warrant him as gentle as a lamb. Go thy ways, wench, serve God. What, have you dined at home?
No, but all this did I know before. What he says of our marriage, what of that?
Lord, how my head aches, what a head have I, it bears as it would fall in 20 pieces. My back, o' t'other side, on my back, beshrew your heart for sending me about to catch my death with jaunting up and down.
I faith I am sorry that thou art not well. Sweet nurse, tell me what says my love.
Your love says like an honest gentleman, and a courteous and a kind and a handsome, and I warrant a virtuous. Where is your mother?
Where is my mother? Why, she is within. Where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love says like an honest gentleman. Where is your mother?
O God's lady dear, are you so hot? Mary, come up, I trow. Is this the poultice for my aching bones? Henceforward do your messages yourself.
Here's such a coil. Come, what says Romeo?
Have you got leave to go to shrift today?
I have.
Then his you hence to Friar Lawrence cell there stays a husband to make you a wife now comes the wanton blood up in your cheeks they'll be in scarlet straight at any news he you to church I must another way to fetch a ladder by the which your love must climb a bird's nest soon when it's as dark I am the drudge and toil in your delight but you shall bear the burden soon at night go all to dinner he you to the cell.
He to high fortune honest nurse farewell. Are you ready for the big day?
Yes, of course, I can't wait to see Romeo and Juliet kissing each other.
Is our parents asleep?
Yes, they are.
Where is Carl and Elizabeth?
They are playing with their swords in the Verona street.
Perfect, let's go to the wedding.
Alright, let's go.
So smile the heavens upon this holy act that after hours with sorrow chide us not.
Amen, amen, but come what sorrow can it cannot countervail the exchange of joy that one short minute gives me in her sight do thou but close our hands with holy words then love devouring death do what he dare it is enough I may but call her mine.
These violent delights have violent ends and in their triumph die like fire and powder which as they kiss consume the sweetest honey is loathsome in his own deliciousness and in the taste confounds the appetite therefore love moderately long love doth so too swift arrives as tardy is too slow.
Here comes the lady oh so light of foot will ne'er wear out the everlasting flint a lover may bestride the gossamers that idles in the wanton summer air and yet not fall so light as vanity.
Good even to my ghostly confessor.
Romeo shall thank thee daughter for us both.
As much to him else as his thanks too much.
Ah Juliet if the measure of thy joy be heaped like mine and that thy skill be more to blazon it then sweeten with thy breath this neighbor air and let rich music's tongue unfold the imagined happiness that both retchivy in either by this dear encounter.
Conceit more rich in matter that in words brags of his substance not of ornament they are but beggars that can count their worth but my true love is grown to such excess I cannot sum up some of half my wealth.
Come with me and we will make short words for by your leaves you shall not stay alone till Holy Church incorporate 2 in 1 and Kenneth and Elizabeth are there waiting for you let's go.
Thank you so much for bringing me to your wedding I'm forever grateful.
No problem thanks for being kind to my wife Juliet.
No bothers as of today is my last day on earth because I have only 10 minutes to live before I passed away and moved to the other side of the world.
You are scaring me what's going on?
My body is very weak can't keep going for much longer anymore when I'm gone take care of your wife Juliet take care of Charlotte and the whole family also I don't want any funeral until the familes feuds are over okay.
Yeah I understand don't worry I will do exactly what you said.
Thanks man so goodbye Romeo till we meet again in the afterlife.
Can I give you a hug?
Yeah sure. Tell Charlotte and the whole family I love them and tell Juliet she is welcome to the family.
I promise you I will let them know.
Goodbye world.
No my brother is dead why does this have to happen to me why now when I needed him the most at this horrible time.
How did this happen?
Me and him were having a great chat he told me that he is going to the other side to meet the Lord and he died after giving me a hug he died of stomach cancer.
What a shame should we tell the rest of the family about this tragedy?
He was only 20 years old he died too soon.
Should we let the family know?
Yes but you tell them about it. Because I'm too upset about it me and you were very close with them meanwhile Carl Elizabeth and our parents never liked him and always calls him awful names and even hit him therefore they don't deserve to know anything about this until the time is right.
We will keep this secret so until further notice.
He also says to you he loves you and the entire family. We should take his body to the funeral home tomorrow morning.
Deal.
I pray thee good Mercutio let's retire the day is hot the Capels are abroad and if we meet we shall not scape a brawl for now these hot days is the mad blood stirring.
Thou art like one of these fellows that when he enters the confines of a tavern claps me his sword upon the table and says God send me no need of thee and by the operation of the second cup draws him on the drawer when indeed there is no need.
Am I like such a fellow?
Come thou art as hot a jack in thy mood as any in Italy and as soon moved to be moody and as soon moody to be moved.
Am I like such a fellow?
Come thou art as hot a jack in thy mood as any in Italy and as soon moved to be moody and as soon moody to be moved.
Am I like such a fellow?
Come thou art as hot a jack in thy mood as any in Italy and as soon moved to be moody and as soon moody to be moved.
Am I like such a fellow?
Come thou art as hot a jack in thy mood as any in Italy and as soon moved to be moody and as soon moody to be moody to be moved.
And what to?
Nay, and there were two such we should have none shortly, for one would kill the other. Thou, why thou wilt quarrel with a man that hath a hair more or a hair less in his beard than thou hast? Thou wilt quarrel with a man for cracking nuts, having no other reason but because thou hast hazel eyes. Would I but such an eye would spy out such a quarrel. Thy head is as full of quarrels as an egg is full of meat, and yet thy head hath been beaten as addle as an egg for quarreling. Thou hast quarreled with a man for coughing in the street because he hath wakened thy dog that hath lain asleep in the sun. Didst thou not fall out with a tailor for wearing his new doublet before Easter, with another for tying his new shoes with old ribbon? And yet thou wilt tutor me from quarreling.
And I were so apt to quarrel as thou art. Any man should buy the fee simple of my life for an hour and a quarter.
The fee simple, oh simple.
By my head, here comes the Capulets.
By my heel, I care not.
Follow me close, for I will speak to them. Gentleman, good in a word with one of you.
And but one word with one of us, couple with something, make it a word and a blow.
You shall find me apt enough to that, sir, and you will give me occasion.
Could you not take some occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou consortest with Romeo.
Consort, what dost thou make us minstrels, and thou make minstrels of us? Look to hear nothing but discords. Here's my fiddlestick, here's that shall make you dance. Zounds, consort.
We talk here in the public haunt of men. Either withdraw unto some private place, or reason coldly of your grievances, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze on me.
Men's eyes were made to look, and let them gaze. I will not budge for no man's pleasure. I.
Well, peace with you, sir, here comes my man.
But I'll be hanged, sir, if he wear your livery. Marry, go before to field. He'll be your follower, your worship in that sense may call him man.
Romeo, the love I bear thee can afford no better term than thus. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason that I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage to such a greeting. Villain am I none, therefore farewell. I see thou knowest me not.
Boy, this shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me, therefore turn and draw.
I do protest I never injured thee, but love thee better than thou canst devise, till thou shalt know the reason of my love, and so good Capulet, which name I tender as dearly as mine own, be satisfied.
O calm, dishonorable, vile submission, all a staccato carries it away. Tybalt, you ratcather, will you walk?
What wouldst thou have with me?
Good king of ears, nothing but one of your 9 lives that I mean to make bold withal, and as you shall use me hereafter, dry beat the rest of the 8. Will you pluck your sword out of his pilcher by the ears? Make haste, lest mine be about your ears ere it be out.
I am for you.
Draw, Benvolio, beat down their weapons. Gentlemen, for shame forbear this outrage. Tybalt, Mercutio the prince expressly hath forbid this bandying in Verona streets. Hold Tybalt, good Mercutio.
Away, Tybalt.
I'm hurt a plague, o both houses. I am sped as he gone, and hath nothing.
What art thou hurt?
I a scratch, marry, 'tis enough. Where is my page? Go, Villian, fetch a surgeon.
Courage, man, the hurt cannot be much.
No, 'tis not so deep as a well, nor so wide as a church door, but 'tis enough. 'Twill serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a grave man. I am peppered, I warrant, for this world a plague, o both your houses. Zounds, a dog, a rat, a mouse, a cat, to scratch a man to death, a braggart, a rogue, a villain that fights by the book of arithmetic. Why the devil came you between us? I was hurt under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
Help me into some house, Benvolio, or I shall faint. A plague, o both your houses. They have made worms meat of me. I have it, and soundly to your houses.
This gentleman, the prince's near ally, my very friend, hath got this mortal hurt in my behalf. My reputation stained with Tybalt, slandered Tybalt, that an hour hath been my cousin. O sweet Juliet, thy beauty hath made me effeminate, and in my temper softened valor's steel.
O Romeo, brave Mercutio is dead. That gallant spirit hath aspired the clouds, which too untimely here did scorn the earth.
This day's black fate on more days doth depend. This but begins the woe, others must end.
Here comes the furious Tybalt back again.
Alive in triumph, and Mercutio slain away to heaven. Respective lenity and fire-eyed fury be my conduct now. Tybalt, take the villain back again that late thou gavest me for Mercutio. S soul is but a little way above our heads, staying for thine to keep him company. Either thou or I or both must go with him.
Thou wretched boy that didst consort him here shalt with him hence.
This shall determine that.
Aha.
Romeo, away begone, the citizens are up and Tybalt slain. Stand not amazed, the prince will room thee death if thou art taken hence. Be gone away.
Oh, I am fortune's fool.
Why dost thou stay?
Which way ran he that killed Mercutio? Tybalt that murderer, which way ran he?
There lies Tybalt.
Up, sir, go with me, I charge thee in the prince's name, obey.
Where are the vile beginners of this fray?
O noble prince, I can discover all the unlucky manage of this fatal brawl. There lies the man slain by young Romeo that slew thy kinsman brave Mercutio.
Tybalt, my cousin, O my brother's child, O prince, O cousin, husband, O the blood is spilled of my dear kinsman prince, as thou art true for blood of ours shed, blood of Montague, O cousin.
Benvolio, who began this bloody fray?
Tybalt here slain, whom Romeo's hand did slay. Romeo that spoke him fair bid him bethink how nice the quarrel was, and urged with all your high displeasure. All this uttered with gentle breath, calm look, knees humbly bowed, could not take truce with the unruly spleen of Tybalt, deaf to peace, but that he titles with piercing steel at bold Mercutio. S breast, who all is hot, turns deadly point to point, and with a martial scorn with one hand bears cold death aside, and with the other sends it back to Tybalt, whose dexterity retorts it. Romeo he cries aloud, hold friends part, and swifter than his tongue his agile arm bears down their fatal points and twist them, rushes underneath, whose arm an envious thrust from Tybalt hit the life of stout Mercutio, and then Tybalt fled, but by and by comes back to Romeo, who had but newly entertained revenge, and tot they go like lightning, for ere I could draw to part them was stout Tybalt slain, and as he fell did Romeo turn and fly. This is the truth, or let Benvolio die.
He is a kinsman to the Montague, affection makes him false, he speaks not true. Some 20 of them fought in this black strife, and all those 20 could but kill one life. I beg for justice, which thou prince must give. Romeo slew Tybalt, Romeo must not live.
Romeo slew him, he slew Mercutio, who now the price of his dear blood doth owe.
Not Romeo, prince, he was Mercutio's friend, his fault concludes but what the law should end the life of Tybalt.
And for that offense immediately we do exile him hence. I have an interest in your hearts proceeding, my blood for your rude brawls doth lie of bleeding, but all amears you with so strong a fine that you shall all repent the loss of mine. I will be deaf to pleading and excuses, nor tears nor prayers shall purchase out abuses, therefore use none. Let Romeo hence in haste, else when he is found that hour is his last, bear hence this body and attend our will mercy, but murders pardoning those that kill.
Where is Romeo?
Romeo has left Verona.
Why?
He is banished from town for killing Tybalt after he killed his friend Mercutio while trying to stop them from fighting.
Oh no, what a shame, at least they didn't kill him. Hopefully he comes back soon when everything is settled.
Where is Kenneth? The first checked his bedroom, he is nowhere to be found. All of his stuff are still in his room. What's going on?
I didn't want to tell you this, but I think it's time to tell you the truth. So Kenneth was very sick. He was diagnosed with stomach cancer after he was tested by the family doctor. He has been coughing very badly. He died 2 days ago because of the cancer.
How come you didn't tell us about this?
Because he didn't want anyone to know, because you guys never gave him the love he deserved. You, Elizabeth, and our parents treated him like a piece of trash. Only me and Romeo knew about it, which is why we didn't tell you guys about it.
I feel so ashamed of myself now. I'm the reason for my brother's death because I wasn't even there for him. Instead I joined our parents and my sister to torment him. Now he is gone forever.
No, it's okay. People makes mistakes and we learn from them. At least Kenneth is with our grandparents in heaven with God. He said he loves you so much, even Elizabeth and our parents.
Naha.
Gallop apace, you fiery-footed steeds, towards Phoebus' lodging. Such a wagoner as Phaeton would whip you to the west and bring in cloudy night. Immediately spread thy close curtain, love performing night, that runaways' eyes may wink, and Romeo leap to these arms untalked of. An unseen lovers can see to do their amorous rites by their own beauties, or if love be blind it best agrees with night. Come civil night, thou sober-suited matron all in black, and learn me how to lose a winning match played for a pair of stainless maidenhoods. Hood my unmanned blood bathing in my cheeks with thy black mantle, till strange love grows grow bold, think true love acted simple modesty. Come night, come Romeo, come thou day, in night give me my Romeo, and when I shall die take him and cut him out in little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night and pay no worship to the garish sun. Oh, I have bought the mansion of a love but not possessed it, and though I am sold not yet enjoyed, so tedious is this day as is the night before some festival to an impatient child that hath new robes and may not wear them. Oh, here comes my nurse, and she brings news, and every tongue that speaks but Romeo's name speaks heavenly eloquence. Now nurse, what news, what hast thou there? The chords that Romeo bid thee.
Aye, the chords.
I me, what news? Why dost thou wring thy hands?
All where-a-day he's dead, he's dead, he's dead, we are undone lady, we are undone, alack the day he's gone, he's killed, he's dead.
Can heaven be so envious?
Romeo can, though heaven cannot. Oh Romeo, Romeo, whoever would have thought it Romeo.
What devil art thou that dost romance me thus? This torture should be roared. In dismal hell hath Romeo slain himself, say thou, but I, and that bare vowel I shall poison more than the death-darting eye of cockatrice. I am not I, if there be such an eye, are those eyes shut that makes the answer I. If he be slain, say I, or if not, no brief sounds determine my weal or woe.
I saw the wound, I saw it with mine eyes, God save the mark here on his manly breast, a piteous course, a bloody piteous course, pale pale as ashes, all bedaubed in blood, all in gore blood. I swooned at the sight.
Oh, break my heart, poor bankrout, break at once to prison, eyes near, look on liberty vile, earth to earth resign, end motion here, and thou and Romeo press one heavy bier.
I saw the wound, I saw it with mine eyes, God save the mark here on his manly breast, a piteous course, a bloody piteous course, pale pale as ashes, all bedaubed in blood, all in gore blood. I swooned at the sight.
Oh, break my heart, poor bankrout, break at once to prison, eyes ne'er look on liberty vile, earth to earth resign, end motion here, and thou and Romeo press one heavy bier.
O Tybalt, Tybalt, the best friend I had, O courteous Tybalt, honest gentleman, that ever I should live to see thee dead.
What storm is this blows so contrary, as Romeo slaughtered and as Tybalt dead, my dearest cousin and my dearer lord? Then dreadful trumpets sound the general doom, for who is living if those two are gone?
Tybalt is gone and Romeo banished, Romeo that killed him he is banished.
O God, did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
It did, alas the day it did.
O serpent heart hid with a flowering face, did ever dragon keep so fair a cave? Beautiful truant fiend, angelical dove, feathered raven, wolvish ravening lamb, despised substance of divinest, show just opposite to what thou justly seemest, a damned saint, an honorable villain. O nature, what hadst thou to do in hell when thou didst bower the spirit of a fiend in mortal paradise? Of such sweet flesh was ever book containing such vile matters so fairly bound? O that deceit should dwell in such a gorgeous palace.
There's no trust, no faith, no honesty in men, all perjured, all forsworn, all not, all dissemblers, all. Where's my man? Give me some aqua vitae. These griefs, these woes, these sorrows make me old. Shame come to Romeo.
Blistered be thy tongue for such a wish, he was not born to shame upon his brow. Shame is a shame to sit, for 'tis a throne where honor may be crowned, sole monarch of the universal earth. Oh, what a beast was I to chide at him.
Will you speak well of him that killed your cousin?
Shall I speak ill? That is my husband. Ah, poor my lord, what tongue shall smooth thy name when I thy 3 hours wife have mangled it? But wherefore, villain, didst thou kill my cousin? That villain cousin would have killed my husband. Back, foolish tears, back to your native spring. Your tributary drops belong to woe, which you mistaking offer up to joy. My husband lives that Tybalt would have slain, and Tybalt's dead that would have slain my husband. All this is comfort, wherefore weep I? Then some word there was worser than Tybalt's death that murdered me. I would forget it fain, but oh, it presses to my memory like damned guilty deeds to sinners' minds. Tybalt is dead and Romeo banished, that banished hath slain thousand Tybalts. Tybalt's death was woe enough if it had ended there, or if sour woe delights in fellowship and needly will be ranked with other griefs. Why followed not when she said Tybalt's dead thy father or thy mother, nay, or both, which modern lamentation might have moved, but with a rearward following Tybalt's death Romeo is banished. To speak that word as father, mother, Tybalt, Romeo, Juliet, all slain, all dead. Romeo is banished. There is no end, no limit, measure bound in that word's death. No words can that woe sound. Where is my father and my mother, nurse?
Weeping and wailing over Tybalt's corse, will you go to them? I will bring you thither.
Wash they his wounds with tears, mine shall be spent when theirs are dry. For Romeo's banishment take up those cords, poor ropes, you are beguled both you and I. For Romeo is exiled, he made you for a highway to my bed, but I a maid die, maiden widowed. Come cords, come nurse, all to my wedding bed, and death not Romeo take my maidenhead.
He to your chamber, I'll find Romeo to comfort you. I wot well where he is, hark you, your Romeo will be here at night. All to him, he is hid at Lauren's cell.
Oh, find him, give this ring to my true knight, and bid him come to take his last farewell.
Romeo, come forth, thou fearful man, affliction is enamoured of thy parts, and thou art wedded to calamity.
Father, what news? Where is the prince's doom? What sorrow craves acquaintance at my hand that I yet know not?
A gentler judgment vanished from his lips, not body's death but body's banishment.
Ah, banishment, be merciful, says death, for exile hath more terror in his look, much more than death, do not say banishment.
Here from Verona art thou banished, be patient, for the world is broad and wide.
There is no world without Verona walls, but purgatory, torture, hell itself, hence banished is banished from the world, and world's exile is death. Then banished, thou cutt'st my head off with a golden axe, and smillest upon the stroke that murders me.
O deadly sin, O rude unthankfulness, thy fault our law calls death, but the kind prince taking thy part hath rushed aside the law and turned that black word death to banishment. This is dear mercy, and thou sayest it not.
'Tis torture and not mercy. Heaven is here where Juliet lives, and every cat and dog and little mouse, every unworthy thing live here in heaven and may look on her, but Romeo may not. More validity, more honorable state, more courtship lives in carrion files than Romeo. They may seize on the white wonder of dear Juliet's hand and steal a mortal blessing from her lips, who even in pure and vestal modesty still blush a thinking their own kisses sin, but Romeo may not. He is banished. Files may do this, but I from this must fly. They are free men, but I am banished. And sayest thou yet that exile is not death? Hadst thou no poison mixed, no sharp ground knife, no sudden mean of death, though ne'er so mean, but banished to kill me, banished, O frere, the damned use that word in hell howling attends it. How hast thou the heart, being a divine, a ghostly confessor, a sin absolver, and my friend, professed to mangle me with that word banished?
I'll give thee armor to keep off that word, adversity's sweet milk, philosophy to comfort thee though thou art banished.
Yet banished, hang up philosophy, unless philosophy can make a Juliet displant a town, reverse a prince's doom, it helps not, it prevails not, talk no more.
Oh, then I see that madmen have no ears.
How should they when that wise men have no eyes?
Let me dispute with thee of thy estate.
Thou canst not speak of that, thou dost not feel. Wert thou as young as I, Juliet, thy love an hour but married, my brother Kenneth died, Tybalt murdered, doting like me and like me banished, then mightst thou speak, then mightst thou tear thy hair and fall upon the ground as I do now, taking the measure of unmade grave.
Hark how they knock, woos there, Romeo, arise, thou wilt be taken, stay a while, stand up.
Taking the measure of unmade grave.
Arise, one knocks, good Romeo, hide thyself.
Not I, unless the breath of heartsick groans mist-like enfold me from the starch of eyes.
Hark how they knock, woos there, Romeo, arise, thou wilt be taken, stay a while, stand up. Run to my study, and by God's will I come, I come. What knocks so hard, whence come you, what's your will?
Let me come in, and you shall know my errand. I come from Lady Juliet.
Welcome then.
O holy friar, oh tell me, holy friar, where's my lady's lord, where's Romeo?
There on the ground with his own tears made drunk.
Oh, he is even in my mistress' case, just in her case, oh woeful sympathy, piteous predicament, even so lies she blubbering and weeping, weeping, weeping and blubbering. Stand up, and you be a man, for Juliet's sake, for her sake rise and stand. Why should you fall into so deep an oh?
Nurse.
Ah sir, death's the end of all.
Spakest thou of Juliet, how is it with her? Doth she think me an old murderer? Now I have stained the childhood of our joy with blood, removed but little from her own. Where is she, and how doth she, and what says my concealed lady to our cancelled love?
Oh, she says nothing, sir, but weeps and falls on her bed, and then starts up, and Tybalt calls, and then on Romeo cries, and then down falls again.
As if that name shot from the deadly level of a gun did murder her, as that name's cursed hand murdered her kinsman. Oh, tell me, friar, tell me, in what vile part of this anatomy doth my name lodge? Tell me, that I may sack the hateful mansion.
Hold thy desperate hand, art thou a man? Thy form cries, thou art, thy tears are womanish, thy wild acts denote the unreasonable fury of a beast, unseemly woman in a seeming man, an ill-beseeming beast in seeming both. Thou hast amazed me by my holy order, I thought thy disposition better tempered. Hast thou slain Tybalt? Wilt thou slay thyself and slay thy lady that in thy life lives, by doing damned hate upon thyself? Why railest thou on thy birth, the heaven and earth, since birth and heaven and earth all three do meet in thee at once, which thou at once wouldst lose? Fie, thou thy shape, thy love, thy wit, which like a usurer aboundest in all, and assessed none in the true use indeed, which should bedreck thy sharpity. Thy love, thy wit, thy noble shape is but a form of wax, digressing from the valor of a man. Thy dear love sworn, but hollow perjury, killing that love which thou hast vowed to cherish. Thy wit, that ornament to shape, and love misshapen in the conduct of them both, like powder in a skilless soldier's flask, is set afire by thine own defense. What roused thee, man? Thy Juliet is alive, for whose dear sake thou wast but lately dead. There art thou happy, Tybalt would kill thee, but thou slewest Tybalt. There art thou happy, the Lord that threatened death becomes thy friend and turns it to exile. There art thou happy, a pack of blessings light upon thy back. Happiness courts thee in her best array, but like a misbehaved and sullen wench thou pouts upon thy fortune and thy love. Take heed, for such die miserable. Go get to thy love as was decreed. Ascend her chamber hence and comfort her, but look thou stay not till the watch be set, for then thou canst not pass to Mantua, where thou shalt live till we can find a time to blaze your marriage. Concretely, your friends beg pardon of the prince and call thee back with 100,000 times more joy than thou wentst forth in lamentation. Go before nurse, commend we to thy lady, and bid her hasten all the house to bed, which heavy sorrow makes them apt unto Romeo is coming.
O Lord, I could have stayed here all night to hear good counsel. Oh, what learning is my lord! I'll tell my lady you will come.
Do so, bid my sweet prepare to chide.
Here, sir, a ring she bid me give you, sir, he you make haste, for it grows very late.
How well my comfort is revived by this.
Go hence, good night, and here stands all your state. Either be gone before the watch be set, or by the break of day disguised from hence sojourn in Mantua. I'll find out your man, and he shall signify from time to time every good hap to you that chances. Here, give me thy hand, 'tis late, farewell, good night.
But that a joy past joy calls out on me, it were a grief so brief to part with thee. Farewell.
Elizabeth, that's a problem. Kenneth is dead and Romeo is banished from Verona for killing Tybalt after killing his friend Mercutio.
That's terrible. Where is he staying?
I don't know, to be honest.
I can't believe Kenneth is gone forever. He is in heaven now.
He died of stomach cancer. I know Romeo will come back home to us soon when the time is right.
Where is Charlotte?
She is on a boat with our parents.
Does she know about this?
Yes, she does.
Do you think Romeo married Juliet?
Maybe.
He is safe now at least.
Things have fallen out, sir, so unlikely that we have had no time to move our daughter. Look you, she loved her kinsman Tybalt dearly, and so did I. Well, we were born to die. 'Tis very late. She'll not come down tonight, I promise you, but for your company I would have been abed an hour ago.
These times of woe afford no times to woo. Madam, good night, commend me to your daughter.
I will know her mind early tomorrow. Tonight she's mewed up to her heaviness.
Sir Paris, I will make a desperate tender of my child's love. I think she will be ruled in all respects by me, nay more I doubt it not. Wife, go you to her ere you go to bed, acquaint her here of my son Paris' love, and bid her mark you me on Wednesday next. But soft, what day is this? Monday, my lord.
Monday, ha ha. Wednesday is too soon. O Thursday, let it be. O Thursday, tell her she shall be married to this noble earl. Will you be ready? Do you like this haste? We'll keep no greater do, a friend or two, for hark you, Tybalt being slain so late, it may be thought we held him carelessly, being our kinsman. If we revel much therefore, we'll have some half a dozen friends, and there an end. But what say you to Thursday?
My lord, I would that Thursday were tomorrow. Well, get you gone, O Thursday be it then. Go you to Juliet ere you go to bed, prepare her wife against this wedding day. Farewell, my lord, light to my chamber. Ho, for me it is so very late that we may call it early by and by. Good night.
Wilt thou be gone? It is not yet near day. It was the nightingale and not the lark that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ear. Nightly she sings on yon pomegranate tree. Believe me, love, it was the nightingale.
It was the lark, the herald of the morn. No nightingale. Look, love, what envious streaks do lace the severing clouds in yonder east. Night's candles are burnt out, and jocund day stands tiptoe on the misty mountain tops. I must be gone and live or stay and die.
Yond light is not daylight, I know it. It is some meteor that the sun exhaled to be to thee this night a torchbearer, and light thee on thy way to Mantua. Therefore stay, yet thou needest not to be gone.
Let me be ta'en, let me be put to death. I am content, so thou wilt have it so. I'll say yon grey is not the morning's eye, 'tis but the pale reflex of Cynthia's brow. Nor that is not the lark whose notes do beat the vaulty heaven so high above our heads. I have more care to stay than will to go. Come death and welcome Juliet, wills it so. How iced my soul, let's talk. It is not day.
It is he, hence be gone away. It is the lark that sings so out of tune, straining harsh discords and unpleasing sharps. Some say the lark and loathed toad changed eyes. Oh, now I would they had changed voices too, since arm from arm that voiceth as a fray, hunting thee hence with hunts up to the day. Oh, now be gone, more light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes.
Madam.
Nurse.
Your lady mother is coming to your chamber. The day is broke, be wary, look about.
Then window, let day in and let life out.
Farewell, farewell, one kiss and I'll descend.
Art thou gone so, love, lord, I husband, friend, I must hear thee every day in the hour, for in a minute there are many days. Oh, by this count I shall be much in years ere I again behold my Romeo.
Farewell, I will omit no opportunity that may convey my greetings love to thee.
O think'st thou we shall ever meet again?
I doubt it not, and all these woes shall serve for sweet discourses in our times to come.
O God, I have an ill-divining soul, methinks I see thee now, thou art so low as one dead in the bottom of a tomb, either my eyesight fails or thou lookest pale.
And trust me love, in my eye so do you, dry sorrow drinks our blood, adieu adieu.
O fortune, fortune, all men call thee fickle, if thou art fickle what dost thou with him that is renowned for faith? Be fickle fortune, for then I hope thou wilt not keep him long but send him back.
Ho daughter, are you up?
Who is't that calls? It is my lady mother. Is she not down so late or up so early? What unaccustomed cause procures her hitcher?
Why how now Juliet?
Madam, I am not well.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death, what wilt thou wash him from his grave with tears? And if thou couldst not make and live, therefore have done. Some grief shows much of love, but much of grief shows still some want of wit.
Yet let me weep for such a feeling loss.
So shall you feel the loss, but not the friend which you weep for.
Feeling so the loss I cannot choose but ever weep the friend.
Well girl, thou weepest not so much for his death as that the villain lives which slaughtered him.
What villain, madam?
That same villain Romeo.
Villain, and he be many miles asunder, God pardon him, I do with all my heart, and yet no man like he did grieve my heart.
That is because the traitor murderer lives.
I, madam, from the reach of these my hands would none but I might venge my cousin's death.
That is because the traitor murderer lives.
I, madam, from the reach of these my hands would none but I might venge my cousin's death.
We will have vengeance for it, fear thou not, then weep no more. I'll send to one in Mantua, where that same banished renegade doth live, shall soon keep Tybalt company, and then I hope wilt be satisfied.
Indeed I never shall be satisfied with Romeo till I behold him dead, as my poor heart so for a kinsman vexed. Madam, if you could find out but a man to bear a poison, I would temper it, that Romeo should upon receipt thereof soon sleep in quiet. Oh how my heart abhors to hear him named, and cannot come to him to wreak the love I bore my cousin upon his body that hath slaughtered him.
Find thou the means, and I'll find such a man, but now I'll thee joyful tidings, girl.
And joy comes well in such a needy time. What are they, beseech your ladyship?
Well, well, thou hast a careful father, child, one who to put thee from thy heaviness hath sorted out a sudden day of joy that thou expect'st not, nor I looked for.
Madam, in happy time, what day is that?
Marry, my child, early next Thursday morn, the gallant young and noble gentleman, the county Paris at St. Peter's Church, shall happily make thee there a joyful bride.
Now by St. Peter's Church and Peter too, he shall not make me there a joyful bride. I wonder at this haste that I must wed ere he that should be husband comes to woo. I pray you tell my lord and father, madam, I will not marry yet, and when I do I swear it shall be Romeo, whom you know I hate rather than Paris. These are news indeed.
Here comes your father, tell him so yourself, and see how he will take it at your hands.
When the sun sets the earth doth drizzle dew, but for the sunset of my brother's son it rains downright. How now, a conduit girl, what still in tears evermore showering in one little body, thou counterfeits a bark, a sea, a wind, for still thy eyes, which I may call the sea, do ebb and flow with tears. The bark thy body is sailing in this salt flood, the winds thy sighs, who raging with thy tears, and they with them without a sudden calm will overset thy tempest-tossed body. How now, wife, have you delivered to her our decree?
Ay, sir, but she will not, she gives you thanks. I would the fool were married to her grave.
Soft, take me with you, wife. How will she none? Doth she not give us thanks? Is she not proud? Doth she not count her blessed? Unworthy as she is that we have wrought so worthy a gentleman to be her bride.
Not proud you have, but thankful that you have. Proud can I never be of what I hate, but thankful even for hate that is meant love.
How chopped logic, what is this? Proud, and I thank you not, and yet not proud. Mistress minion, you thank me no thankings, nor proud me no prouds, but fettle your fine joints 'gainst Thursday next to go with Paris to St. Peter's Church, or I will drag thee on a hurdle thither. Out, you green sickness carrier, out, you baggage, you tallow face.
Fifi, are you mad?
Good father, I beseech you on my knees, hear me with patience but to speak a word.
Hang thee, young baggage, disobedient wretch, I tell thee what, get thee to church o Thursday, or never after look me in the face, speak not, reply, do not answer me, my fingers itch. Wife, we scarce thought us blessed that God had lent us but this only child, but now I see this one is one too much, and that we have a curse in having her out on her hilding.
God in heaven bless her. You are to blame, my lord, to rate her so.
And why, my lady wisdom, hold your tongue, good prudence, smatter with your gossips so.
I speak no treason.
O God, Ike Eden.
May noto nay speak.
Peace, you mumbling fool, utter your gravity or a gossip's bowl, for here we need it not.
You are too hot.
God's bread it makes me mad day night our tide time work play alone in company still my care hath been to have her matched and having now provided a gentleman of noble parentage of fair demesnes youthful and nobly lined stuffed as they say with honorable parts proportioned as one's thought would wish a man and then to have a wretched pulling fool a whining mammet in her fortunes tender to answer I'll not wed I cannot love I am too young I pray you pardon me but an you will not wed I'll pardon you graze where you will you shall not house with me look to. She think on it I do use to just Thursday as near lay hand on heart advise and you be mine I'll give you to my friend and you be not hang beg strave die in the streets for by my soul I'll ne'er acknowledge thee nor what is mine shall never do thee good trust tote bethink you I'll not be forsworn.
Is there no pity sitting in the clouds that sees into the bottom of my grief O sweet my mother cast me not away delay this marriage for a month a week or if you do not make the bridal bed in that dim monument where Tybalt lies.
Talk not to me for I'll not speak a word do as thou wilt for I have done with thee.
O God O nurse how shall this be prevented my husband is on earth my faith in heaven how shall that faith return again to earth unless that husband send it me from heaven by leaving earth comfort me counsel me alack that heaven should practice stratagems upon so soft a subject as myself what say'st thou hast thou not a word of joy some comfort nurse.
Faith here it is Romeo is banished and the world to nothing that he dares ne'er come back to challenge you or if he do it needs must by stealth then since the case so stands as now it doth I think it best you married with the county oh he's a lovely gentleman Romeo's a dishclout to him an eagle madam hath not so green so quick so fair an eye as Paris hath beshrew my very heart I think you are happy in this second match for it excels your first or if it did not your first is dead or twere as good he were as living here and you no use of him.
Speakst thou from thy heart?
And from my soul too else beshrew them both.
Amen.
What?
Well thou hast comforted me marvellous much go in and tell my lady I am gone having displeased my father to Lawrence cell to make confession and to be absolved.
Marry I will and this is wisely done.
Ancient damnation O most wicked fiend is it more sin to wish me thus forsworn or to dispraise my lord with that same tongue which she hath praised him with above compare so many thousand times go counsellor thou in my bosom henceforth shall be twain all to the prayer to know his remedy if all else fail myself have power to die.
Cousin are you ready to travel to Egypt? Yeah I'm ready I need a break from all of this drama that we have going especially our feud with the Capulets. Carl I'm going to miss you man. Me too but I will be fine I will be back as soon as possible I promise you that. Enjoy the journey bye. Once I come back hopefully the family feud will be over see you soon.
On Thursday sir the time is very short.
My father Capulet will have it so and I am nothing slow to slack his haste.
You say you do not know the lady's mind uneven as the course I like it.
Immediately she weeps for Tybalt's death and therefore have I little talk of love for Venus smiles not in a house of tears now sir her father counts it dangerous that she do give her sorrow so much sway and in his wisdom haste our marriage to stop the inundation of her tears which too much minded by herself alone may be put from her by society now do you know the reason of this haste?
I would I knew not why it should be slowed look sir here comes the lady toward my cell.
Happily met my lady and my wife that may be sir when I may be a wife.
That may be sir when I may be a wife.
That may be must be love on Thursday next.
What must be shall be.
That's a certain text.
Come you to make confession to this father.
To answer that I should confess to you.
Do not deny to him that you love me.
I will confess to you that I love him.
So will you I am sure that you love me.
If I do so it will be of more price being spoke behind your back than to your face.
Poor soul thy face is much abused with tears.
The tears have got small victory by that for it was bad enough before their spite.
Thou wrongest more than tears with that report.
That is no slander sir which is a truth and what I spake it to my face.
Thy face is mine and thou hast slandered it.
It may be so for it is not mine own are you at leisure holy father now or shall I come to you at evening mass?
My leisure serves me pensive daughter now my lord we must entreat the time alone.
God shield I should disturb devotion Juliet on Thursday early will I rouse you till then adieu and keep this holy kiss.
Oh shut the door and when thou hast done so come weep with me past hope past care past help.
Oh Juliet I already know thy grief it strains me past the compass of my wits I hear thou must and nothing may prorogue it on Thursday next be married to his county.
Tell me not, friar, that thou hearest of this, unless thou tell me how I may prevent it. If in thy wisdom thou canst give no help, do thou but call my resolution wise, and with this knife I'll help it presently.
God joined my heart and Romeo's, thou our hands, and ere this hand by thee to Romeo sealed shall be the label to another deed, or my true heart with treacherous revolt turn to another, thus shall slay them both. Therefore out of thy long experience time give me some present counsel, or behold twixt my extremes and me this bloody knife shall play the umpire, arbitrating that which the commission of thy ears and art could to no issue of true honor bring. Be not so long to speak, I long to die, if what thou speakst speak not of remedy.
O bid me leap rather than marry Paris from off the battlements of any tower, or walk in thievish ways, or bid me lurk where serpents, or chain me with roaring bears, or hide me nightly in a charnel house o'ercovered quite with dead men's rattling bones, with reeky shanks and yellow chapless skulls, or bid me go into a new made grave and hide me with a dead man in his shroud, things that to hear them told have made me tremble, and I will do it without fear or doubt, to live an unstained wife to my sweet love.
Hold then, go home, be merry, give consent to marry Paris. Wednesday is tomorrow, tomorrow night look that thou lie alone, let not the nurse lie with thee in thy chamber. Take thou this while being then in bed, and thus distilling liquor drink thou off, when presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humor, for no pulse shall keep his native progress, but surcease no warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest. The roses in thy lips upthan cheeks shall fade to parley ashes, thy eyes windows fall like death when he shuts up the day of life, each part deprived of supple government shall stiff and stark and cold appear like death. Thou shalt continue 42 hours and then awake as from a pleasant sleep. Now when the bridegroom in the morning comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou dead. Then as the manner of our country is, in thy best robes uncovered on the bier thou shalt be borne to that same ancient vault where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. In the meantime against thou shalt awake shall Romeo by my letters know our drift, and hither shall he come, and he and I will watch thy walking, and that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua, and thus shall free thee from this present shame, if no inconstant toy nor womanish fear abate thy valor in the acting it.
Give me, oh tell not me of fear.
Hold, get you gone, be strong and prosperous in this resolve, I'll send a friar with speed to Mantua with my letters to thy lord.
Love give me strength, Ovid, and strength shall help afford. Farewell, dear father.
So many guests invite as here are writ. Sirrah, go hire me 20 cunning cooks.
You shall have none ill, sir, for I'll try if they can lick their fingers.
How canst thou try them so?
Marry, sir, 'tis an ill cook that cannot lick his own fingers, therefore he that cannot lick his fingers goes not with me.
Go, be gone. We shall be much unfurnished for this time. What is my daughter gone to Friar Lawrence?
Ay, forsooth.
Well, he may chance to do some good on her, a peevish self-willed harlotry it is.
See where she comes from, shrift with merry look.
How now, my headstrong, where you have been gadding?
Where I have learned me to repent the sin of disobedient opposition to you in behests, and am enjoined by holy Lawrence to fall prostrate here to beg your pardon. Pardon, I beseech you, henceforward I am ever ruled by you.
Send for the county, go tell him of this. I'll have this knot knit up tomorrow morning.
I met the youthful lord at Lawrence cell, and gave him what becomed love, I might not stepping o'er the bounds of modesty.
Why, I am glad on't this is well. Stand up, this is asked should be. Let me see the county, I marry. Go, I say, and fetch him hither now. Afore God, this reverend holy friar, all our whole city is much bound to him.
Nurse, will you go with me into my closet to help me sort such needful ornaments as you think fit to furnish me tomorrow?
No, not till Thursday, there is time enough.
Go, nurse, go with her wheel to church tomorrow.
We shall be short in our provision, 'tis now near night.
Tush, I will stir about, and all things shall be well. I warrant thee, wife, go thou to Juliet, help to deck up to her. I'll not to bed tonight, let me alone. I'll not to bed tonight, let me alone. I'll play the housewife for this once. What ho, they are all forth. Well, I will walk myself to county Paris to prepare up to him against tomorrow. My heart is wondrous light since this wayward girl is so reclaimed.
I have bad news for you.
What happened?
Carl was found dead in the pool. I think he was murdered by one of the Capulets.
But Tybalt is dead, he couldn't be the one. I think it's one of their servants.
Yeah, you were right.
Let's go and investigate this.
Good idea.
Aye, those trees are best, but gentle nurse, I pray thee leave me to myself tonight, for I have need of many orisons to move the heavens to smile upon my state, which well thou knowest is cross and full of sin.
What are you busy ho? Need you my help?
No madam, we have culled such necessaries as are behooveful for our state tomorrow, so please you let me now be left alone, and let the nurse this night sit up with you, for I am sure you have your hands full all in this so sudden business.
Good night, get thee to bed and rest, for thou hast need.
Farewell, God knows when we shall meet again. I have a faint cold fear thrills through my veins that almost freezes up the heat of life. I'll call them back again to comfort me. Nurse, what should she to hear my dismal scene? I needs must act alone. Come vile, what if this mixture do not work at all? Shall I be married then tomorrow morning? No, no, this shall forbid it. Lie thou there. What if it be a poison which the frere subtly hath ministered to have me dead, lest in this marriage he should be dishonored because he married me before to Romeo? I fear it is, and yet methinks it should not, for he hath still been tried a holy man. How if when I am laid into the tomb I wake before the time that Romeo come to redeem me? There's a fearful point. Shall I not then be stifled in the vault, to whose foul mouth no healthsome air breathes, and there die strangled ere my Romeo comes? Or if I live, is it not very like the horrible conceit of death and night, together with the terror of the places in a vault, an ancient receptacle where for this many hundred years the bones of all my buried ancestors are packed, where bloody Tybalt yet but green in earth lies festering in his shroud, where, as they say, at some hours in the night spirits resort. Alack, alack, is it not like that I so early waking, what with loathsome smells and shrieks like mandrakes torn out of the earth, that living mortals hearing them run mad? Oh, if I wake, shall I not be distraught, environed with all these hideous fears, and madly play with my forefather's joints, and pluck the mangled Tybalt from his shroud, and in this rage with some great kinsman's bone as with a club dash out my desperate brains? Oh, look, methinks I see my cousin's ghost seeking out Romeo that did spit his body upon a rapier's point. Stay, Tybalt, stay, Romeo, 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 here's drink, I drink to thee.
Did you find out about what happened to our brother Carl?
I did some research. It turns out that Carl was pushed into the pool and drowned. It was Lord Capulet that killed our brother.
Lord Capulet murdered Carl.
He did this for a revenge on Romeo for killing their kinsman Tybalt.
Lord Capulet is so evil and selfish. Hopefully karma hits him hard.
Don't worry, the spirit of our late brother Carl will torment him until he confess his sins.
Yeah, I agree.
Hold, take these keys and fetch more spices, nurse.
They call for dates and cunices in the pastry.
Come, stir, 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 the second cock hath crowed, the curfew bell hath rung, 'tis 3 o'clock. Look to the baked meats, good Angelica, spare not for cost.
Go, you caught quay, and go get you to bed, Faith, you'll be sick tomorrow for this night's watching.
No, not a whit, what I have watched ere now all night for lesser cause, and ne'er been sick.
You have been a mouse hunt in your time, but I will watch you from such watching now.
A jealous hood, a jealous hood. Now, fellow, what is there?
Things for the cook, sir, but I know not what.
Make haste, make haste. Sirrah, fetch drier logs, call Peter, he will show thee where they are.
I have a head, sir, that will find out logs, and never trouble Peter for the matter.
Mass and well said, a merry whoresome ha thou shalt be, loggerhead. Good faith, 'tis day, the county will be here with music straight, for so he said he would. I hear him near, nurse wife, what ho, what nurse, I say. Go waken Juliet, go and trim her up, I'll go and chat with Paris his. Make haste, the bridegroom he is come already, make haste, I say.
Mistress, what mistress? Juliet, fast, I warrant her. She, why lamb, why lady, fie, you slug a bed, why love, I say, madam, sweetheart, why bride, what, not a word, you take your pennyworths, now sleep for a week, for the next night I warrant the county Paris hath set up his rest, that you shall rest but little. God forgive me, Mary, and amen. How sound as she is asleep, I needs must wake her. Madam, 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 I let the county take you in your bed, he'll fright you up, I faith, will it not be? What, dressed and in your clothes and down again, I must need wake you, lady, 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 alas, alas. Help, help, my lady's dead, oh whereday that ever I was born, some aqua vitae ho, my lord, my lady.
What noise is here?
Oh lamentable day.
What is the matter?
Look, look, oh heavy day.
Oh me, my child, my only life, revive, look up, or I will die with thee, help, help, call help.
For shame, bring Juliet forth, her lord is come.
She's dead, deceased, she's dead, alack the day.
Alack the day, she's dead, she's dead, she's dead.
Ha! Let me see her out, alas, she's cold, her blood is settled, and her joints are stiff, life and these lips have long been separated. Death. Death lies on her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the field.
Oh lamentable day.
Oh woeful time.
Death that hath ta in her hence to make me wail ties up my tongue and will not let me speak.
come is the bride ready to go.
Ready to go but never to return, O son, the night before thy wedding day hath death lain with thy wife, there she lies, flower as she was deflowered by him, death is my son-in-law, death is my heir, my daughter he hath wedded, I will die and leave him all life, living all is death's. Have I thought long to see this morning's face, and doth it give me such a sight as this?
Accursed, unhappy, wretched, hateful day, most miserable hour that he single quote our time saw in lasting labor of his pilgrimage, but one poor and loving child, but one thing to rejoice and solace in, and cruel death hath catched it from my sight.
Oh woe, oh woeful, woeful, woeful day, most lamentable day, most woeful day that ever I did yet behold, oh day, oh day, oh day, oh hateful day, never was seen so black a day as this, oh woeful day, oh woeful day.
Beguiled, divorced, wrong, spited, slain, most detestable death by thee, beguiled by cruel cruelty, quite overthrown, O love, O life, not life but love in death.
Peace, hope, for shame, confusions, cure lives not in these confusions. Heaven and yourself had part in this fair maid, now heaven hath all, and all the better is it for the maid. Your part in her you could not keep from death, but heaven keeps his part in eternal life. The most you sought was her promotion, for 'twas your heaven she should be advance, and weep you now, seeing she is advance above the clouds as high as heaven itself. Oh, in this love you love your child so ill that you run mad, seeing that she is well, she's not well married, that lives married long, but she's best married that dies married young. Dry up your tears and stick your rosemary on this fair cause, and as the custom is, and in her best array bear her to church, for though fond nature bids us all lament, yet nature's tears are reason's merriment.
All things that we ordained festival turn from their office to black funeral, our instruments to melancholy bells, our wedding cheer to a sad burial feast, our solemn hymns to sullen dirges change, our bridal flowers serve for a buried corse, and all things change them to the contrary.
Sir, go you in, and madam go with him, and go Sir Paris, everyone prepare to follow this fair course unto her grave. The heavens do lower upon you for some I'll move them no more by crossing their high will.
Faith, we may put up our pipes and be gone.
Honest good fellows, put up, for well you know this is a pitiful case.
I by my troth the case may be amended.
Musicians, oh musicians, heart's ease, heart's ease, heart's ease, oh, and you will have me live, play heart's ease.
Why heart's ease?
Oh musicians, because my heart itself plays, my heart is full, oh play me some merry dump to comfort me.
Not a dump, it is no time to play now.
You will not then?
No.
I will then give it to you soundly.
What will you give us?
No money on my faith, but the gleek I will give you the minstrel.
Then will I give you the serving creature.
Then will I lay the serving creature's dagger on your pate, I will carry no crochets, I'll re you'll fau, do you note me?
And you re us and far us you note us.
Pray you put up your dagger and put out your wit.
Then have at you with my wit, I will dry beat you with an iron wit, and put up my iron dagger, answer me like men. When gripping griefs the heart doth wound, and doleful dumps the mind oppress, then music with her silver sound. Why sliver sound, why music her sliver sound, what say you Simon Catling?
Marry sir, because sliver hath a sweet sound.
Prates, what say you Hugh Rebeck?
I say sliver sound because musicians sound for sliver.
Prates too, what say you James Soundpost?
Faith, I know not what to say.
Oh, I cry you mercy, you are the singer, I will say for you it is music with her sliver sound, because musicians have no gold for sounding, the music with her sliver sound with speedy help doth lend redress.
What a pestilent knave is this same.
Hang him Jack, come we'll in here tarry for the mourners and stay dinner.
If I may trust the flattering truth of sleep, my dreams presage some joyful news at hand. My bosom's Lord sits lightly in his throne, and all this day an unaccustomed spirit lifts me above the ground. With cheerful thoughts I dreamt my lady came and found me dead, strange dream that gives a dead man leave to think, and breathed such life with kisses in my lips that I revived and was an emperor. Ah me, how sweet is love itself possessed, when but love's shadows are so rich in joy. News from Verona, how now Balthasar, dost thou not bring me letters from the friar? How doth my lady, is my father well? How doth my Juliet, that I ask again, for nothing can be ill if she be well.
Then she is well, and nothing can be ill, her body sleeps in Capel's monument, and her immortal part with angels lives. I saw her laid low in her kindred's vault, and presently took post to tell it you. Oh, pardon me for bringing these ill news, since you did leave it for my office, sir.
Is it e'en so then? I deny you. Starts thou knowest my lodging, get me ink and paper and hire post horses, I will hence tonight.
I do beseech you, sir, have patience, your looks are pale and wild, and do import some misadventure.
Tush, thou art deceived, leave me and do the thing I bid thee do. Hast thou no letters to me from the frere?
No, my good lord.
No matter, get thee gone and hire those horses, I'll be with thee straight.
Your brother Carl is dead.
What happened to him?
He was killed by Lord Capulet after he pushed him in the pool and he drowned.
Now I have no brothers left, this world is so cruel.
I have to go, have a good day.
Well, Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight, let's see for means, O mischief, thou art swift to enter in the thoughts of desperate men. I do remember an apothecary and hereabouts he dwells, which late I noted in tattered weeds with overwhelming brows, culling of simple sharp misery had worn him to the bones, and in his needy shop a tortoise hung, an alligator stuffed, and other skins of three-shaped fishes, and about his shelves a beggarly account of empty boxes, green earthen pots, bladders and musty seeds, remnants of packthread and old cakes of roses were thinly scattered to make up a show. Noting this penury to myself I said, and if a man did need of poison now whose sale is present death in Mantua, here lives a caitiff wretch would sell it him. Oh, this same thought did but forere in my need, and this same needy man must sell it me. As I remember, this should be the house, being holiday the beggar's shop is shut. What ho, apothecary?
Who calls so loud?
Come hither, man, I see that thou art poor. Hold, there is 40 ducats. Let me have a dream of poison, such soon speeding gear as will disperse itself through all the veins, that the life-weary taker may fall dead, and that the trunk may be discharged of breath as violently as hasty powder fired doth hurry from the fatal cannon's womb.
Such mortal drugs I have, but Mantua's law is death to any he that utters them.
Art thou so bare and full of wretchedness, and fearest to die? Famine is in thy cheeks, need and oppression starveth in thy eyes, contempt and beggary hangs upon thy back. The world is not thy friend, nor the world's law. The world affords no law to make thee rich, then be not poor, but break it and take this.
My poverty but not my will consents.
I pay thy poverty and not thy will.
Put this in any liquid thing you will, and drink it often. If you had the strength of 20 men it would dispatch you straight.
There is thy gold. Worse poison to men's souls, doing more murder in this loathsome world than these poor compounds that thou mayest not sell. I sell thee poison, thou hast sold me none. Farewell, buy food and get thyself in flesh. Come cordial and not poison, go with me to Juliet's grave, for there must I use thee.
Holy franchise and Ferrera, brother ho.
This same should be the voice of Friar John. Welcome from Mantua. What says Romeo? Or if his mind be rid, give me his letter.
Going to find the barefoot brother out, one of our order, to associate me here in this city, visiting the sick and finding him. The searchers of the town, suspecting that we both were in a house where the infectious pestilence did rage, sealed up the doors and would not let us forth, so that my speed to Mantua there was stayed.
Who bear my letter then to Romeo?
I could not send it. Here it is again. Nor get a messenger to bring it thee, so fearful were they of infection.
Unhappy fortune by my brotherhood, that letter was not nice, full of charge of dear import, and the neglecting it may do much danger. Friar John, go hence, get me an iron crow and bring it straight unto myself.
Brother, I'll go and bring it thee.
Now must I to the monument alone, within this 3 hours will fair Juliet wake. She will beshrew me much that Romeo hath had no notice of these accidents, but I will write again to Mantua and keep her at myself till Romeo come. Poor living cost closed in a dead man's tomb.
Did you hear the news?
What happened?
Romeo found about Carl's death and Juliet's fake death.
How though?
Friar Lawrence gave Juliet a potion to make her look dead to avoid being married to Paris. I heard that Romeo and Juliet married secretly.
Did you know about the wedding?
Yes, I did. I went to the wedding.
How come I wasn't aware of this?
Because you didn't like Juliet, because she is a Capulet, and my brother Romeo didn't want anyone finding out about it.
Where is Romeo?
He is staying in Mantua.
Did Romeo receive the letter about Juliet faking her death?
No, he didn't, because of the plague. Now I think Romeo might commit suicide, and then Juliet will also suffer the same fate too, because they love each other so much they are willing to sacrifice themselves in order for the family feud to be over.
Oh my goodness, this is serious.
You can say that again.
Give me thy torch, boy, hence, and stand aloof, yet put it out, for I would not be seen under yond yew trees. Lay thee all along, holding thy ear close to the hollow ground, so shall no foot upon the churchyard tread, being loose unfirm with digging up of graves. But thou shalt hear it whistle then to me, a signal that thou hearest something approach. Give me those flowers, do as I bid thee, go.
I am almost afraid to stand alone here in the churchyard, yet I will adventure.
Sweet flower with flowers, thy bridal bed I strew. O woe, thy canopy is dust and stones, which with sweet water nightly I will do, or wanting that with tears distilled by moans, the obsequious that I for thee will keep nightly shall be to strew thy grave and weep.
The boy gives warning something doth approach. What cursed foot wanders this way tonight to cross my obsequious and true love's right? What with a torch muffle me night a while?
Give me that mattock and the wrenching iron. Hold, take this letter early in the morning, see thou deliver it to my lord and father. Give me the light upon thy life, I charge thee. Whate'er thou hearest or seest, stand all aloof and do not interrupt me in my course. Why I descend into this bed of death is partly to behold my lady's face, but chafe fly to take thence from her dead finger a precious ring, a ring that I must use in dear employment. Therefore hence be gone. But if thou jealous dost return to pry in what I farther shall intend to do, by heaven I will tear thee joint by joint and strew this hungry churchyard with thy limbs. The time and my intents are savage, wild, more fierce and more inexorable far than empty tigers or the roaring sea.
For all this same I hide me here, about his looks I fear and his intents I doubt.
This is that banished haughty Montague that murdered my love's cousin, with which grief it is supposed the fair creature died, and here is come to do some villainous shame to the dead bodies. I will apprehend him. Stop thy unhallowed toil, vile Montague, can vengeance be pursued further than death? Condemned villain, I do apprehend thee, obey and go with me, for thou must die.
I must indeed, and therefore came I hither. Good gentle youth, tempt not a desperate man, fly hence and leave me. Think upon these gone, let them affright thee, I beseech thee. Youth, put not another sin upon my head by urging me to fury. Oh, begone, by heaven I love thee better than myself, for I come hither armed against myself. Stay not, begone, live and hereafter say a madman's mercy bid thee run away.
I do deaf to thy commination and apprehend thee for a felon here.
Wilt thou provoke me then? Have it thee, boy.
O Lord, they fight, I will go call the watch.
Oh, I am slain. If thou be merciful, open the tomb, lay me with Juliet.
In faith I will let me peruse this face. Mercutio's kinsman, noble county Paris. What said my man when my beddost soul did not attend him as we rode? I think he told me Paris should have married Juliet. Said he not so, or did I dream it so, or am I mad hearing him talk of Juliet to think it was so? Oh, give me thy hand, one writ with me in sour misfortune's book. I'll bury thee in a triumphant grave. A grave, oh no. A lantern slaughtered youth, for here lies Juliet, and her beauty makes this vault a feasting presence full of light. Death, lie thou there by a dead man interred. How oft when men are at the point of death have they been merry, which their keepers call a lightning before death. Oh, how may I call this a lightning? O my love, my wife, death that hath sucked the honey of thy breath hath had no power yet upon thy beauty. Thou art not conquered, beauty's ensign yet is crimson in thy lips and in thy cheeks, and death's pale flag is not advanced there. Tybalt, liest thou there in a bloody sheet? Oh, what favor can I do to thee than with that hand that cut thy youth in twain to sunder his that was thine enemy? Forgive me, cousin. Ah, dear Juliet, why art thou yet so fair? Shall I believe that unsubstantial death is amorous, and that the lean abhorred monster keeps thee here in dark to be his paramour? For fear of that I still will stay with thee, and never from this palace of dim night depart again. Here will I remain with worms that are thy chambermaids. Oh, here will I set up my everlasting rest, and shake the yoke of inauspicious starts from this world-wearied flesh. Eyes, look your last, arms take your last embrace, and lips, oh, you the doors of breath seal with a righteous kiss, a dateless bargain to engrossing death. Come, bitter conduct, come, unsavory guide, thou desperate pilot, now at once run on the dashing rocks thy seasick weary bark. Here's to my love. O true apothecary, thy drugs are quick, thus with a kiss I die.
Saint Francis be my speed, how oft tonight have my old feet stumbled at Graves woos there.
Here's one a friend and one that knows you well.
Bliss upon you, tell me good my friend, what torch is yon that vainly lends his light to grubs and eyeless skulls, as I discern it burneth in the Capel's monument?
It doth so, holy sir, and there's my master one that you love.
Who is it?
Romeo.
How long hath he been there?
Full half an hour.
Go with me to the vault.
My master knows not, but I am gone hence, and fearfully did menace me with death, if I did stay to look on his intents.
Stay then, I'll go alone. Fear comes upon me, oh much I fear some illy and 50 thing.
As I did sleep under this yew tree here, I dreamt my master and another fought, and that my master slew him.
Romeo. Alack, alack. What blood is this which stains the stony entrance of the sepulchre? What mean these masterless and gory swords to lie discolored by this place of peace? Romeo, O pale, who else? What Paris too, and steeped in blood? Ah, what unkind hour is guilty of this lamentable chance? The lady stirs.
O comfortable friar, where is my lord? I do remember well, there I should be, and there I am. Where is my Romeo?
I hear some noise, lady, come from that nest of death, contagion and unnatural sleep, a greater power than we can contradict hath thwarted our intents. Come, come away, thy husband in thy bosom there lies dead, and Paris too. Come, I'll dispose of thee among a sisterhood of holy nuns. Stay not to question, for the watch is coming. Come, go, good Juliet, I dare no longer stay.
Go, get hence, for I will not away. What's here? A cup closed in my true love's hand, poison I see hath been his timeless end. O churl, drunk all and left no friendly drop to help me after. I will kiss thy lips, haply some poison yet doth hang on them to make me die with a restorative. Thy lips are warm.
Lead boy, which way?
Yea, noise, then I'll be brief. O happy dagger, this is thy sheath, there rust and let me die.
This is the place there where the torch doth burn. The ground is bloody, search about the churchyard. Go, some of you, whoe'er you find, attach. Pitful sight, here lies the county slain, and Juliet bleeding warm and newly dead, who here hath lain this 2 days buried. Go tell the prince, run to the Capulets, raise up the Montagues, some other search. We see the ground whereon these woes do lie, but the true ground of all these piteous woes we cannot without circumstances descry.
Here's Romeo's man, we found him in the churchyard.
Hold him in safety till the prince come hither.
Here is a friar that trembles, sighs and weeps. We took this mattock and this spade from him as he was coming from this churchyard's side.
A great suspicion stay the friar too.
What misadventure is so early up that calls our person from our morning rest?
What should it be that is so shrieked?
Oh, the people in this street cry Romeo, some Juliet, and some Paris, and all run with open outcry toward our monument.
What fear is this which startles in our ears?
Sovereign, here lies the county Paris slain, and Romeo dead, and Juliet dead before, warm and new killed.
Search, seek, and know how this foul murder comes.
Here is a friar and slaughtered Romeo's man, with instruments upon them fit to open these dead men's tombs.
O heavens, O wife, look how our daughter bleed. This dagger hath missed in, for lo, his house is empty on the back of Montague, and it missheathed in daughter's bosom.
Oh me, this sight of death is as a bell that warns my old age to a sepulchre.
Come, Montague, for thou art early up to see thy son, and ere now early down.
Alas, my liege, my wife is dead tonight. Grief of my son's exile hath stopped her breath. What further woe conspires against mine age?
Look, and thou shalt see.
O thou untaught, what manners is in this to press before thy father to a grave?
Seal up the mouth of outrage for a while, till we can clear these ambiguities and know their spring, their head, their true descent, and then will I be general of your woes and lead you even to death. Meantime forbear, and let mischance be slave to patience. Bring forth the parties of suspicion.
I am the greatest able to do least, yet most suspected, as the time and place doth make against me of this direful murder, and here I stand both to impeach and purge myself condemned and myself excused.
Then say at once what thou dost know in this.
I will be brief, for my short date of breath is not so long as is a tedious tale. Romeo there dead was husband to that Juliet, and she there dead that Romeo's faithful wife. I married them, and their stol'n marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday, whose untimely death banished the new made bridegroom from the city, for whom and not for Tybalt Juliet pined, here to remove that siege of grief from her betrothed, and would have married her perforce to county Paris. Then comes she to me, and with wild looks bid me devise some mean to rid her from the second marriage, or in my cell there would she kill herself. Then gave I her, so tutored by my art, a sleeping potion, which so took effect as I intended, for it wrought on her the form of death. Meantime I writ to Romeo that he should hither come as this dire night to help to take her from her borrowed grave, being the time the potion's force should cease, but which bore my letter. Friar John was stayed by accident, and yesternight returned my letter back. Then all alone at the prefixed hour of her waking came I to take her from her kindred, Eswold, meaning to keep her closely at my cell till I conveniently could send to Romeo. But when I came some minute ere the time of her awakening, here untimely lay the noble Paris, and true Romeo dead she wakes, and I entreated her come forth and bear this work of heaven with patience. But then a noise did scare me from the tomb, and she too desperate would not go with me, but as it seems did violence on herself. All this I know, and to the marriage her nurse is privy, and if aught in this miscarried by my fault, let my old life be sacrificed some hour before this time unto the rigor of severest law.
We still have known thee for a holy man. Where's Romeo's man? What can he say to this?
I brought my master news of Juliet's death, and then in post he came from Mantua to this same place, to this same monument. This letter herely bid me give his father, and threatened me with death going in the vault, if I departed not and left him there.
Give me the letter, I will look on it. Where is the county's page that raised the watch? Syria, what made your master in this place?
He came with flowers to strew his lady's grave, and bid me stand aloof, and so I did. Anon comes one with light to ope the tomb, and by my master drew on him, and then I ran away to call the watch.
This letter doth make good the friar's words, their course of love, the tidings of her death. And here he writes that he did buy a poison of a poor pothcary, and therewithal came to this vault to die and lie with Juliet. Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague, see what a scourge is laid up on your hate, that heaven finds means to kill your joys with love, and I for winking at your discords too have lost a brace of kinsmen, all are punished.
O brother Montague, give me thy hand, this is my daughter's jointure, for no more can I demand.
But I give thee more, for I will ray her statue in pure gold, that whiles Verona by that name is known, there shall no figure at such rare be set as that of true and faithful Juliet.
As rich shall Romeo's by his ladies lie, poor sacrifices of our enmity.
A glooming peace this morning with it brings the sun, for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence to have more talk of these sad things, some shall be pardoned and some punished, for never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and Romeo.
Romeo, I promise you, once the family feud is done, we will live together as one happy family with 5 kids until death do us part.
I love you so much, Juliet. May God protect us from evil, in Jesus' name, amen.
Let's kiss, shall we?
Sure.
I feel so sad that Romeo and Juliet are dead now because of this stupid family feud. Even my brothers are dead as well. Oh God, why did you let this happen?
You have to understand, God knows best. Everything happens for a reason. You need to be strong for Romeo, Juliet, Kenneth and Carl. Okay, God gives and he takes as well. Wipe your tears, okay?
Romeo was such a nice, kind, friendly person out there. He was always there for me. Carl was never there for me. He only cared about himself, but then he had a change of heart and he was killed by Lord Capulet. Kenneth was the most funniest person and a smart guy. May their souls rest in peace.
But they are now with God. Now he is taking good care of them. For us in this family we have to move on.
Have you heard anything about Lord Capulet?
Lord Capulet got executed after he confessed to his wife about killing Carl. The prince told the guards to stab him with a dagger and they behead him afterwards.
Finally, justice has been served. It will never be the same without my brothers anymore, and Juliet as well.
Give your big sister a hug, please.